Keep the door open 3 inches.
I'm so fine. I'm so fine.
Keep the door open 3 inches.
I'm so fine. I'm so fine.
What is up, you all? We are here for another Welcome to Hawkins stream. We're about to be talking about Volume 2 of Stranger Things Season 5. Man, there's a lot going on. I know a lot of y'all have been hitting me up behind the scenes about my thoughts. But look, y'all, this is why I put out videos. Look, I got me explaining Volume 2 out right now. And I got my Volume 2 review out right now. So if you haven't, go over there and smash the like button on both of these videos, man. They're beefy and good videos, man. So W, y'all. What's up, everybody? Remember, super chats push to the front of the line, especially with a stream like this where we got to kind of dive a little deep. And yeah, this is going to be us just talking about Season 5, Volume 2 of Stranger Things. With that being said, I'm going to bring on Terry. We go rock out and we go just talk about some Stranger Things, man, for the Volume 2 craziness. All right, we here, man. We here.
Volume 2 craziness coming up. You feel?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. So I want to start off by saying this. So it's a lot of people that got mixed feelings on Volume 2. I've seen some people, like I ain't gonna lie, not even so I've seen a lot of people say that they did not like Volume 2. Like they said they
oh
word. I swear to God. Like I heard a lot of people say they feel like it feels rushed. They feel like 3 years is not worth what we got. They said I've seen people say like they feel like we had a lot of plot holes, and things like that. Which I'm gonna say I do got one complaint about season 5, Volume 2. I feel like they got a lot of plot armor. Being that I feel like they scared to kill people off, but I understand. Like I'm gonna be honest, like okay, to just address everything, the elephant in the room, the scene with Steve Harrington. A lot of people thought that Steve was gonna die, including like at first I thought that he was too, but as it became like a thing where they kept talking about it and addressing it, then on Jimmy Fallon show they knocked the funk off the desk. I'm like, they not about to show somebody's death. I mean, if they do that, that's bold. Like, hey, he's really dying. I ain't got to believe me, but he's dying. Like, so I'm like, it's not him. And then remember what Mike said. And he's like, Dustin dies or whatever, but he's not finna say that because of the NDA. So it's like they dang near safe. But I'm gonna be honest, I thought Jonathan was gonna die. When they had that scene with Nancy and they was like on a that little table or whatever, and that the room was melting, I thought that like what was the point? I mean, I understand like why they was doing it back and forth and kind of opening up to each other, but I'm like, what was the point of that? One of them ain't die. Like, I'm not one of them people that's like, man, someone has to die. I get it. Like somebody don't always gotta die. Like I mean, we got one more episode left. I'm gonna be honest, my thoughts on it. I feel I like Stranger Things season 5, Volume 2, and I'm not just saying it because it's my favorite show. Like seriously, like I literally had a good time with like me and Monica was in the living room watching it. I know she probably was looking at me like I was crazy, bro, because I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. Yeah. Like the scene with Max escaping, the scene with Holly Wheeler, like escaping, Dustin and Steve fighting. Yeah. And the main scene that literally had me like, bro, I almost cried on that scene was when, I don't know why, but the scene when Will tapped into Vecna's powers from the POV and he helped Max. Cause I'm like, but they ain't finna put us back through that shit again. When Vecna's holding her up in the air, I'm like, oh, they finna do this shit for real this time. Like, but no. Will came through, so it was some highlights there, bro. Yeah, it was definitely some highlights.
Yeah, I feel like
you ever say how you feel about it?
Yeah, bro, I feel like a death with Max. Those are the type of deaths that get me because it's like that seemed like more sudden, like Vecna about to, like, you know what I mean? On a live. I feel like once I seen what's the name of them start talking, I kind of figured they weren't gonna die because it's like it was too subtle and too mellow almost. It felt like a calm to it. You know what I mean? Like I could kind of tell it kind of felt like they was gonna get this was a scene where they was gonna let them get their dialogue off and like, you know what I mean?
I thought they was gonna die because it kind of reminded me of that like it, because I be thinking deep about stuff. So, like we seen Steve Harrington, he was going up against Dustin. He was like the shit he said about Eddie was crazy though. When he was like, I tried to tell him not to be dumb, and he was being dumb. He wanted to be a hero. Now look at him, he's dead. Yeah. And then they start fighting or whatever. I'm like, yeah, something's about to happen because they fighting and this fucking floor is caving in like. It's melting, and then you got Nancy and Jonathan upstairs. I'm like, man, this shit finna end bad, bro. But it didn't. So I'm gonna be honest. I think a lot of people are saying that they didn't like him. Just keep it 100 is because of the whole stuff with Noah Schnapp, which I'm gonna talk about that too. Cause a lot of y'all DM me about that about Noah Schnapp and how he came out in the show, not only in real life in the show. I think a lot of people was trying to like cancel the show because of that. If I'm what I'm seeing on the internet, I'm seeing a lot of people they're trying to cancel it because the death shit. They're like, man, they got so much plot armor, which I agree with. I do think they do got some plot armor, but I ain't like it don't ruin the show for me. But to get on to like the Noah Schnapp stuff with the because a lot of people was asking me about that. I feel like, to be honest, that was cool of them to do because you got to think like this. this guy, he was started off as a boy. Like what I mean by that, like as a young boy, bro. Like he was a kid when he started. And Noah Schnapp, if you've been living under a rock, then, but he actually came out in real life. You know what I'm saying? He came out. So I think what they did was trying to give him his flowers in a way where I don't know how to explain it. Like it was almost like that Tony Todd shit in Final Destination Bloodlines, where it was like he almost improvised his thoughts like at the end when he was talking to the group of kids and he was telling them about death and stuff. I think that's what they did with Noah. Like he got to get his flowers in real life and in the show, where he got to speak his piece without speaking it publicly on the internet. He spoke it through Stranger Things, where he knew a lot of eyes was going to be at. Like I think if you damn near asked Noah Schnapp in real life, like, bro, did you have that was that on a script or was it like improvised? I think it was part, like where it was some on the script and some improvised, because you could tell like Jonathan when he started crying, like I think he was crying for real. Like yeah, I think like Max them and Robin, they was like Maya Hawk, they was crying for real, like Millie Bobby Brown, because I think that it's therapeutic, and that was his, like I don't know how to explain it. Like that was just a moment that I think that they did on purpose, bro, for him to get like his moment, because I think he was having trouble with coming out in real life. Yeah. So they try to give it to him in Stranger Things where it could feel more comfortable for him, and that's gonna be a moment he gonna always be able to look back on. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And I think when it comes to when you start working on a set with people and you start growing them huge bonds with people and stuff, you get to knowing what's people's passions and stuff and what they passionate about, like getting out to the world. So say for instance, like if I'm playing a character Neighborhood Henry and I'm real into like women's rights and stuff, B would say, damn, Terry really passionate about that. Like, and Willie 3, he'll probably say some stuff like, now Terry, we ain't gonna go like too heavy with it because we don't want to be like trying to push on somebody, but we'll probably make a scene that's kind of like help you like push that your narrative of like how you feel about women's rights or something. You know what I mean? Like just because we got each other, been working with each other for so long.
I think they just did that. What Terry said, like they just tried to like, you know, give him his moment, gave him the floor on a platform where he can speak his piece about that. And I think it fit, you know, because only reason I say I think it fit is because everybody know about Byler. Everybody know. Remember that part where and Monica just brought this up where they was arguing. They was having that little moment, and Mike told him like, "It's not my fight. It's not my fault you don't like girls." Yeah. So it was kind of like, and then he finds out that in reality, Mike finds out that Will really had a crush on him. Like, but he was like, you know, he learned how to not let that mess their friendship up. You know what I'm saying? So. That's what the whole thing with Robin and him was about. But emotional is not. What you want to say?
And I think it's another thing too, bro. I think people gotta like quit being too selfish and being more sensitive to that stuff, because you gotta think outside of the show. Like, okay, we love art, we love the show and stuff. We want this to happen and that to happen. But you gotta think about like with certain stuff like this, how many people that helped outside of the show. You know what I mean? It's people that watching the show and they can help them out when it comes to certain stuff. Like you want to be helped out when it comes to situations you having, but then just because you love a show, you want to knock somebody else that might be getting helped out. You know what I mean? He can be helping himself out and helping other people that's going through something at the same time.
Yeah, I think that was the case. I think that was him just helping, you know, and him helping himself, like what Terry said. Motionless said the Welcome to Dairy fans. Yeah, Welcome to Dairy fans. They kind of doing the comparison, but I agree that the end game should feel more epic in the finale. I mean, yeah. So I'm gonna be honest. Motionless for the super chat, but I'm gonna keep it 100. So I feel that what's going on with Stranger Things season 5 for some people right now is that a lot of people have this epic ending in their brain off of season 4. You got to think we didn't know about running up that hill. We didn't know about this epic ending. This piggyback and Dear Billy, which was so crazy. Like, it's hard to top them. So I think that people had it in their mind for 3 years, like, this is going to be so epic. Like needle drops, which you can't keep ODing on needle drops on GTA YouTube, but y'all, you can't keep just spamming needle drops. And it's like, oh my God, I got the chills. I'm about to cry. Like, eventually it gets a little corny. Like, I feel like, okay, for example, last night, where, and I'm going to touch on emotions and say it, like, so when you got Max running again, like in the same way as season 4 and the music kick up, it was cool at first, but then at a point you got to stop doing that. Yeah. Because it's kind of like it's spam, man. It's so recycled. I get what you're trying to do, trying to build up that, because running up that hill, like when the Duffers touch that song, it makes it, you get chills, and I don't know how to explain it. They know it though. They know that when they kick that up, it make you feel so. But last night it did, but it's like you can't keep doing that though. And I think a lot of people was expecting something to top that scene in season 4. Yeah. And it just, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be hard. I mean, the finale probably can, but like what Emotionally said about Welcome to Derry, I'm gonna be honest, Welcome to Derry is not perfect. No, it ain't. I'm gonna keep it 100. Like, that ending was good, but that is not perfect, bro. Like, I feel like the reason people trying to put Welcome to Derry over Stranger Things, and I'm not saying that season 5 is better than Welcome to Derry, but I'm just saying in general, people trying to put Welcome to Derry over Stranger Things because of the lore. The lore. They feel like this lore is so young, you know what I'm saying? But it's still plot holes in Welcome to Derry too. Like, it really is. Like, if you really like read the books and you know about Welcome to Derry, some of that shit is just like thrown together, but it look good on screen. Like in Stranger Things, I'm not gonna lie, in my opinion, they lore hitting. Like, bro, that shit with the abyss. So we got the abyss up here, right? Basically, we got the abyss up here, and in the middle, we got the upside down. Basically, being the upside down is the bridge to the abyss. So the whole time, like, see the middle? That's all the upside down, them vines and shit. And at the top, that's where Vecna's stand. That's the abyss. That's where, that's where all that's at. And at the bottom, that's reality. That's Earth. So that actually made sense what they said. Like, it wasn't so, like, when Welcome to Derry, you low-key got to be like, damn. Like, that made sense. It was straightforward. Like, so it also made sense, and it explains a lot, because when you think about it, remember when Vecna gets shot by Nancy, he falls out, he's injured. So it showed what he did was he left the upside down, with it being the bridge to the abyss. It allowed him to escape quickly and go back to the abyss and heal, like go back to the hive mind quickly. So
you know what else?
It makes sense.
You know what else I think too, B? I think when you watching like Welcome to Hawkins and you watching like Welcome to Hatfield and stuff, you automatically gonna be underwhelmed, because we go so in depth into stuff and like with theories and stuff. The theories be so on point and good as fuck. Like,
yeah,
it's hard to top them theories, because them theories be good shit. You know what I mean? So when people go on, we don't get none of them theories that we thought it was gonna be. Then when it be like, oh man, they would have kind of went with what B said, what happened, boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean?
A lot of my theories was right though. Like, real quick. A lot of my theories was right. Like, remember, I've been telling y'all this for years, that I think Max was gonna be in her conscious. Like, because a lot of people, was like, man, I don't know if we gonna see Max a lot. Remember, I told y'all this was like 2 years ago. I said, bro, or a year ago, I said we go see Max, but it's gonna be in her conscious, bro. Like, somehow I thought it was gonna be in her conscious, but it was in Vecna's conscious, Henry's. And we basically don't even feel like she was on bed rest, because she was walking around with Holly. To be honest, Holly Wheeler and Max Mayfield are carrying this show right now, in my opinion. They little storyline with like Mr. What's It, they carrying. They got 11 on the sideline right now. Like, Max and Holly little story going, like, and with Will Byers. But yeah, everything I basically said is, it came to life so far. Like, Max Mayfield with the with her basically being in her own conscious, or in Vecna's conscious, and then I actually says the Will. Remember I told you about Will Byers? But I used to say he was going to be possessed by Vecna. That was my way of saying he was going to be possessed. But the whole time it's not even that. He's able to tap into Vecna, but he's still damn near possessed. Like, if you look at how he operate with his powers and shit. But Steve Harrington is not dead though, so I was wrong about that.
That's another thing. When it comes to Will, bro, I like the fact, and I think that's the reason too. Like, the Welcome to Hawkins stuff and all that with the theories, like the stuff we be speculating be so good. It's like everybody be wanting that, and then some of the stuff that they don't get. But then that episode 4 was so crazy. Like, people be expecting that how to stay like that. You know what I mean? Like, we've been waiting after that went off when he wiped his nose. Like, bro, that was cinema.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna tell y'all real quick out the Adam super chat. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Adam said Christmas done came and slapped us in the face like Holly Wheeler boom box. Yeah, I ain't like she whacked her friend with that boom box. Volume 2 was good stuff. Lucas and Max reunited had me crying. I'm not gonna lie, nah, that was a tearjerker. Like that was sad, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was trying so hard, bro. But yeah, W Adam, man.
Max hit more than Nancy and them. Like, man, sometimes to me, it wasn't terrible acting, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like
Monty said that too. She feel like Monica said that she feels like a lot of the stuff they be saying.
Yeah,
in this season, she was like, it's so like cringe. Like it's like, and Monica's she loves Stranger Things, but she was like, bro, I like it, but I'm gonna be honest, some of the shit they saying it's like too cringe. Like it's too like, of course, but
bro, because remember. And I ain't trying to just big it up because it's the movie that we in. It's B's movie. But if you think about it with like Rudy, characters like Rudy and Addie's character, like, bruh, they act and be like top notch compared to like some of the lines shit they be saying in this. And it's like, you just hear it, you like, I don't know about like the D references and stuff like that. It's like, that shit kind of
yeah. I think that, like I said, it had its little problems, but my biggest problem, it doesn't hurt it or not. It was just plot armor. I feel like I'm not the type of person like, bro, somebody got to get unalived. But I will say when your plot armor starts to break and show, it's not good. Where, for example, remember Holly Wheeler, she ends up escaping the abyss. She goes through the gate and she's falling out the sky. And right before she's about to hit the top of the lab, she stops. And then Vecna takes her back. So that was like an emotional tug. Like in the writer's room, they probably was like, all right, we're going to let her fall, but we're going to let Vecna take her back. And she go back to square one, and that's going to hurt people more than a death. But I'm not going to lie, they're not going to kill Holly Wheeler on screen. But you know what I'm saying? Like, Steve Harrington, the same thing. This is what I'm going to break down what y'all call plot armor. So once again, when Holly Wheeler, she's about to hit the top of the lab, plot armor. When Steve Harrington was about to get that ladder and go save Nancy and Jonathan, but the floor was caving in, he was about to do it, and then Dustin was like, no, don't do it. You always trying to do something stupid, you're going to end up dying. And as soon as he says that, the fucking ladder falls down through this hole, and it's like, that was supposed to be Steve's death, but it's like plot armor. And then, another thing, plot armor, Max Mayfield, Vecna's lifting her up, he's about to take her out. The fucking, her heart rate is dropping. And then out of nowhere, you see Will, and which I want to talk about that scene. That was my favorite scene, either that or when I did like when Holly and Max Mayfield had that heart to heart, and she was like, you are Holly heroic, like, and they said we got to go our separate ways. And I liked how they both started walking and the music kicked up. Like that was cool.
That was too long though. It's like, bro,
yeah, they was yapping too much.
What's name again, bro? That motherfucker don't close. God damn.
Nah, that was pissing me off though. I ain't gonna lie. When she just kept doing the heart to heart, like it's like, but you know what I would like. That's what I'm saying. The Duffers, look. Like I said, they're some of my favorite writers, but they do got to learn that balance where that sentimental shit only gets you far like the first time. Like how when, okay, for example, remember Max was like, Dear Billy, and she had the letter and she was talking to Billy about a tombstone. Boom. That was her moment. She should not be having like too many, you know what I'm like, I get it, but it's like, I would have saved that for her and Lucas. Yeah. When they reunited, remember he was talking to her like, can you feel your arms? Like that's when, but her keep having these, I get it, because it's almost like I understand why they did. I just would have cut it a little short because you want to tie that knot between Holly and Max because they've been spending a lot of time with each other, and Max is a little kid. Well, not Max, Holly's a little kid. So it did drag a little long, but I will say it was one of my favorite scenes. But the scene, in my opinion, that kind of, it's still not better than the piggyback, in my opinion, but like the whole thing was Hopper with the sword. It's hard to top that, but this scene was cinema. When Vecna's holding up Max, I'm like, bro, like maybe it was because of me. I'm like, man, what the fuck, bro? It was like deja vu. I'm like, this shit happening again, bro. And he like lifting her up and like, bro, like it was literally like deja vu, bro. Like he's doing it, but this time I thought she was gonna get took out because Holly Wilbur standing there with the fire poker, and she ain't doing shit. I'm like, oh yeah, she finna go. But as soon as the shit started dropping, and it started kicking up, I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Monica did. I was like, why is it kicking up? But I understood, like once Monica said, she was like, bro, it's because, well, I understood, but Monica, she kind of snapped me out of the, because I was going, my mind was boom, boom, boom. I couldn't even think straight because I was so much locked in with Max. But Monica was like, oh, that's Will. And then when he did that and he was the powers and shit, man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like that scene was so good. Seeing him finally put hands and feet on Vecna, like without, like that was, yeah, that was satisfying. I ain't gonna lie, that was really sad because nobody really be touching Vecna for real. Like they do, but they don't. But it was cool to see Will get some get back because you got to think it was full circle because Vecna has been controlling Will for a long time. So it was basically like get back for Will where he like, bro, I get to control you for a little bit and some. And then I loved when like, okay, he broke his leg, but when he turned his head and then he spoke through Vecna, I'm like, oh yeah, they clown with that. They went crazy. That was my favorite scene. I'm like, damn, he spoke through Vecna.
Yeah, only thing I ain't like, only one of the parts I liked it, but I was like, I don't know about that. Was when Nancy's mom threw the fucking what's her name? I was like, bro,
Karen.
Yeah, I was like, man.
See, but that's what I'm saying.
No, but it was like
that's what I'm saying.
I was excited at first, but then I was thinking, I was like, but come on, bro.
I will say
they had their ass.
I will say the Duffers, they're getting a little carried away with them epic moments like them down, and then the sparks and shit come down. I ain't gonna lie, you can't keep doing that. That ain't what makes the show, bro. And y'all know this is coming from diehard Stranger Things fan. Y'all ain't gotta explain myself, bro. Y'all know what's up. But I will say this one did have little problems, bro. Like Volume 2, but I like Volume 2 better than Volume 1 in my opinion because it had more epic moments. But yeah, when she came out, like walking out like fucking Triple H, and it's like down the sparks coming down. Yeah, I get it because it's like she's the clueless blonde mom or whatever they try to make her out to be. Like she don't know shit. She's not locked in with her kids. But whole time she's a hero and it's kind of showing where Nancy gets that energy from. I get it, man. But it's like I don't fucking know, man.
Trick my dumb ass though, because you know, like when they, like you said, they got the Triple H sound effects, Triple H music and shit. You think, like,
yeah,
man, my dumb ass,
know.
She got powers. Man, my dumb ass said this shit out loud. I'm glad nobody was around. Man, I'm like, damn, she got powers or something? But it's the way they made her look like she walking up to the wrestling.
Hey, I was dying, bro. I love Derek, bro. I ain't gonna lie. First, Derek, he grew on me. I'm gonna get Derek Turnbull. I'm gonna get him his flowers. Yeah. Bro, when Henry Creel put him on the ground, he said, where did you get this map from? He was like, your mom. I said, oh, yeah, this motherfucker right here. Bro, listen to me. Dude is a comedian. I thought he was, because he was so scared. But that's a real friend, though, because remember Holly Wheeler told him, like, look, we need D-head Derek. Like, dipshit Derek. We don't need soft, delightful Derek for this plan. So I'm like, maybe he'll get scared because Henry Creel, like Mr. What's is scary. But remember, he told him, like, so he said, like, where'd you get the map from? He said, your mom. He said, I'm not playing. And he turned his head like, I'll take your dad out and your mom and your sister. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's what did it right there. I'm not playing with you, bro. And he was like, I got it from such and such. But nah, that part had me cracking up, bro.
I think my favorite dialogue was when they was going to plan and Hopper and all of was there. Because when they finally met back up, it's like, bro, it feel good to see like all the characters together. And then, what's the doctor name? Was he a doctor or not a teacher?
Mr. Clark, yeah.
Mr. Clark, he was an MVP for me. My two of my favorite characters for these last 3 episodes was the teacher and then Erica.
Yeah, Erica, yeah.
Playing Erica, she's like, what a pussy.
Yup.
Erica, man.
Yup, gotta love Erica. I ain't gonna lie, I loved Erica. I loved
I said that y'all can watch my video on Everything's Terry. I said it, man. If Erica, man, I said it'd be too dark, but man, that'd hit people in the heart and the feels, boy.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I don't think
everybody fuck with Erica, and she always come through in the clutch. B, if you think about it.
Yeah, I think I think Erica's safe, but I'm not gonna lie. At first, I thought I had like a. I'm gonna tell you, I know who gonna die. I'm gonna say this real quick. Adam said Noah Schnapp, Sadie Sink, Neil Fisher are definitely carrying the season. Yeah, I agree. This is their moment. Adam. At first, I was kind of iffy on Holly Wheeler, but I liked her little plot she got going with her. But I will say this with I'm scared, bro. But like I'm dead ass scared because
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say.
Though I don't like the way they wrote the character. My girl, that's my favorite character.
Nah, Terry, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Terry fucking with the ops, bruh.
But it's
Terry fucking with the ops, bro.
Like that. But I got a feeling she's gonna redeem herself though.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you what I think will happen.
It's one way, just like with Steve and all them, it ended up going another way. So
I'm telling you, this is what I think will happen, bro. So we see that 8 basically tells 11 everything. They reveals this whole backstory about basically what's going on with Henry Creel. So let me break it down to y'all. So Henry Creel, he's basically using the kids as vessels because kids are easily to manipulate and stuff like this. So he's using them as vessels and he's trying to recreate Papa's plan, Mr. Brenner. He's trying to recreate like how he got 11, 8, 1, like the subject of telekinetic powers. So they started with a young Henry Creel. So since you remember, he's one, he's the number 1, right? So what they did was when he was younger, you saw the flashback and them having him laying down. They took his blood and injected in different kids. So that's how 1, even 11. That's how they all a part of him. Like they brothers, and as 8 said, that's their brother, but they a part of him. Like they all one. Remember, I told you that was gonna happen. I knew that was gonna happen because it made sense when he was talking to in the Rainbow Room. But they're trying to say like basically all one. So now we find out why they have Carly and 8. We find out why they have her. So the reason they have her is because they actually took her, hooked her up, drained her. So she's the new one. She's the new Henry Creel, where they're taking her blood and putting it in pregnant mothers so it can go into the kid. So when the kid is born, it's basically like go be hella duplicates of Henry Creel. So that's what he
basically doing the same shit over.
Yeah, so it's an infinite cycle. So he basically, remember, he told the kids, I'm trying to reshape the world. So his version of reshaping the world is basically bringing the abyss and the upside down of reality together. So see how it's kind of like almost like a, like, I don't know, it's like in the middle, you see the upside down, then you see the 2 little plates at the top. He's basically trying to smush them together so they all bleed together to the point where you don't even know what the hell was reality, like the abyss.
So what you saying, Linda Hamilton and like Vecna working together type shit?
Yeah, they working together. Like they basically working together type shit. So they trying to recreate Papa's plan. Like, I don't think they are aware of Vecna, if that makes sense. I gotta keep watching.
Because I was like,
I think they just doing Papa's work type. They trying to recreate what Papa's doing. So they basically are using Henry Creel as the blueprint type shit. So basically what 8 is telling 11 is, so remember at the end of episode 7, they got the one last crawl going on. They got this plan where basically they're going to go to the upside
at the end.
Yeah, they go to the upside down. They go use that radio tower. So that's foreshadowing. I think somebody's going to die. So remember when Jonathan and Steve was climbing that ladder in the Volume 1? I think because that's the tower that they go use, but in the upside down, because everything in reality is in the upside down. So I think what's going to happen is they go use that ladder, climb up that radio tower, and somebody go fall. Because remember, Steve said that he was like, what did he say? He said we go use this beanstalk technically to get to Vecna. So as the world start to become closer, we go climb up, and then when the abyss get closer to the upside down, we go make the killing blow with 11. And remember, 8 was brown nose, and she was listening in on everything, and she's so fucking sneaky. I'm telling you, I'm a bash. I'm gonna just shut up, but she so fucking sneaky because look, she know that Hopper is on her ass, bro. Hopper said, "Hey, bro, like, I'm peeping game with you, bro. Like I keep saying what the fuck you saying to 11 and shit, like." And she's so sneaky. So the next time she speaks to her, she doesn't speak to her in reality. She goes to her in her conscious, where it looks like they just chilling, but in reality, they're having a whole fucking conversation right here. And I'm gonna tell you, like, on some real shit, bro. I think she gonna get 11 killed. Like, I understand what she's saying, like, because what she's saying is true. She's like, basically, when this plan goes on, and because you gotta think, if they shut look, the middle is the upside down. So if they shut this bridge down, the abyss is gonna be gone. It ain't no more. You know what I'm saying? It's no longer a thing. So when they shut that down, it's over. So she was basically saying, don't tell your friends, but when they about to shut it down, we're going to stand back and we go self-destruct. Like, we go stay back in the upside down.
When they go back down with them, the human shit that they doing on the side gonna still continue.
Yeah, yup.
Type shit.
Yeah, so everything, the Demogorgons, all that shit gonna be wiped clean. Dustin said it.
It's basically, so it's damn near like a metaphor, like we got evil threats and shit like fantasy threats, but in real life you got real life threats and shit that's still gonna be existing type shit.
Yeah, I think 11 and Steve could potentially die. Like, because I think Steve could still die, but I'm gonna tell you what I think will happen to 11. Two things. I think either 11's gonna try to, like, she gonna be stuck, because 11, she's easily to be manipulated. I think she gonna be stuck in that moment where it's gonna be like a ticking time bomb where it's like 10 seconds left, and it's gonna kind of be like replicating Hopper's fake death in season 3, where he told Joyce pull it, and he pulls it and it blows up. I think it's gonna be something like that, where maybe it's Mike she's holding on to and she pulls back from him or something. He's like, what are you doing? Like, and Kali, man, I'm gonna be mad as fuck. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. So be prepared for a rant. Like, I'm not talking about the actor in real life. I already talked to Monica about it. I'm talking about the character. I'm going to be pissed because I feel like it's damn near disrespectful. Like, how'd you go let a character from season 2 come and fuck up a character like 11? Like, that's damn near like, on my mama, that's worse than the Michael Myers and Corey Cunningham shit.
Yeah, but that's how you get emotions out of people though too.
Nah, that's bad. No, that's terrible writing, bro. That's terrible, because at least Corey, he was like, I can't explain. He was connected to the evil and shit, and he was damn near like a victim. Kali, she was not even involved for real. Like, she came in and she started making calls, bro. I'm telling you, bro, I ain't gonna be the only one that go up, like, go up against the character.
Yeah, but in Kali's defense, though, the whole reason for that episode was her to make her sister stronger. So the fact that her sister got stronger after that episode, that was the whole point of the episode.
Yeah, it's self-destruction though. Like, but you got to think eventually 11's gonna get stronger anyways, because she's now training in the junkyards and shit. She was gonna figure that out eventually. Like, I think she just helped 11 bring the best out of herself when she told her, like, you could do this. And similar to what happened with Will and Robin. But the thing is, I think, bro, like, it's a way around that shit. It's a way around 11, because she basically saying, we don't self-destruct. It's an infinite loop. Like, it's an infinite cycle where we go keep getting chased by Dr. K's and these military people because they gonna want our blood to keep the cycle going. Where in reality, it's this easy. Just fucking take them out to the military. Y'all got the power to do a trap, had their ass coming to the upside down where all the military start rushing, and then you leave them in there.
I feel like it'd be good writing if they
that's some dumb shit.
I feel like it'd be good writing if they get everybody emotionally involved, like how he is, like
sacrifice her damn self.
Shit that Kali doing, and then in the end they found another way, and her and Kali found another way where, but people still gonna get unalive. I'm just saying, the Duffer Brothers found another way to make them get out of that situation to the point where they don't sacrifice.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, I don't mind 11 sacrificing herself, but this is 11. Like, this is the girl, like, you know what I'm saying? She the hero. She the Spider-Man of this shit. So it's like, you can't let them be the reason 11 say, hey, I'm out. Fuck it. Like, if 11 go sacrifice herself, it gotta be for somebody like Hopper. Hell, she can even jump for Vecna. It'd be more full circle if she go out with I swear to God, I will rather 11 get took out with Vecna, like, where's some shit where he holding her or something, like, because then it makes sense, because it started with them and it ended with them. Remember, she opened the gate, and I will rather 11 get took out by Vecna, he get his get back, like, okay, you pushed me through that gate, but I'm keeping you here, cool. But because that's how you know I'm not trying to be funny. But Kali coming in talking about, yeah, you ain't going through, like, bro, man, I'll slap the shit out of you, bro. Like, if I would not be surprised if her and 11 have a fight or something. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you because
it's gonna have a fight already. I thought that was gonna already. They got a lot they gotta do in these last 2 hours or something though.
Adam said, I don't think Callie is evil. She's just misguided. I think she brainwashed. I think she working with Dr. K and them on some real shit because it ain't what she's saying, it's how she's saying it. Like, if you go back to them scenes, like, remember this little shit you got to know with the Duffers, bro. Remember when she was talking to Mike and Mike was like, we just go move. Once it's done, we just go move away from Hawkins and we could come back for a side mission and fix everything and we good to go. And remember, you saw Holly Brown nose and she was like sneaking and listening to what they were saying. And then remember when she goes into her conscious, she tells her basically like, hey, so when it comes down to this, I heard what you said to Mike. I heard everything what you said. And also, I know that y'all talking about going out of town and shit. That ain't gonna work.
But that's the thing. They should have got somebody else to write Stranger Things then. Because if the Duffer should have learned from
that's
when they
silly,
wrote
bro.
That it was bad writing.
It's like every time
you should have learned from that episode to see that was season 2, right? So if you got that bad episode that you know everybody ain't fuck with, and you bring the character back in season 5. You still writing bad, writing for that character? Like, what's wrong with the Duffer Brothers?
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. I just think that character, she's a bad apple, bro. Like, it ain't the female or none that's behind it. I just think her character's a bad apple. Like, I feel like, think about it. The moment she came back on screen, now people saying Stranger Things season 5 and ain't all that. But remember, season 2, people said season 2 was like that. Where they said season 2 wasn't all that. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I ain't saying because the shit that happened last night wasn't about Kali. It was, but the main shit was basically like plot armor, plot holes, decision making, and rushed certain shit being rushed. But it still was great. I loved it. But I'm just saying this. This is a show I've been watching since 2016. This is my favorite show, bro. Fuck a Halloween Ends, bro. I'm telling you, if that is gonna ruin that, y'all might as well do the D&D shit. Where they was playing D&D the whole time on a fucking board game. Because, bro, people go hate that because I'm going to tell you why, bro. And I know Terry loves Kali. And like I said, the character, I understand people that like her. But what I'm saying is that's like, who is somebody that, I can't explain it like that. It's almost like, it's like if that, okay, Linda Hamilton, Sarah Connor, that's like if she kills Joyce. It's like, man, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
When you think about it, it's like, bro, why? How is that gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest. I think the way it should play out, in my opinion, I feel that Kali should sacrifice herself since she's so big on that belief of we got to stay back. I think she should sacrifice herself for 11. You see how that shit play out. I think Steve Harrington's a goner because I feel like it's weird though. See what I'm saying? Stranger Things is so weird, bro. And that's the goodness about Stranger Things though. It always get them emotions boiling like no other. Welcome to Derry don't do that. Only time it did is when Rich died.
Yeah, that was a good one.
But I'm gonna tell you, they get that shit boiling without a death. Where it's basically like, if Steve died, it's so dark because Dustin, you heard what Dustin said, like, I couldn't even take watching that when he was like, this can't happen to me again, please. Like, I couldn't even take that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, man, if Steve died, that's going to tear a hole in your heart because it's like, damn, Dustin lost Eddie and Steve. He basically told Steve, you all I got.
Remember, I asked you a couple episodes back. I asked you that. I said, "Man, do you think you don't think that'd be too dark? Him losing another friend too?" You said,
yeah, I think
lose Dustin, but if Dustin lose another friend, he out of 2. And the way bro, and I don't think it's gonna happen because the way he hugged Steve, that's them showing like. But at the same time, it's a way to tug at motherfuckers' heartstrings too, because it's like, damn,
yeah,
real bad for Dustin, man.
I mean, at the end of the day, this is their story. I'm here, I'm on a ride with them. I love Stranger Things. I am not a person that's hating Volume 2. I love it.
I'm low key mad at the Duffer Brothers though, because it's like, man, you bring my girl back to redeem her, and you don't redeem her. We only got 2 hours or something left, Duffer Brothers, man. bro, I'm telling you, man, y'all better write
Yeah.
all the wrongs in these last 2 hours of this episode, bro. Y'all better write all the wrongs, bro.
I think what they did for her, it was she's a magnet. Like it's like she was a she the magnet where they was like, okay, who is a character that can pull together all the pieces? So we gotta think once they put Kali in, it pulled together a lot of pieces that need to be pulled together quickly, being that she explained basically Henry Creel. You gotta think, and it made sense because she's not just anybody. Like on paper, she's one of them. Like that's why she said we're one. And remember, I'm gonna tell you what was weird about her too when she said our brother. When she called, I get it because y'all got the same blood, but she too big on that. Like that's like 11. They calling Henry Creel her brother or one. She's saying Vecna. Like fuck, I don't care if he's from the same lab or whatever. She's like our brother. Then we get to go out with our brother. Like
did you ever see him in that form though, or did she ever just see him like his in a regular form?
Nah, I don't know if she's seen him in this form. I think I wouldn't be surprised if she were. Look, it's a lot of thoughts, bro. Like this, that's why I'm saying, how can't you not like Volume 2 right now? Because it got you. If you was invested, it has your mind everywhere. Because it's like, bro, 11 might get took out. Steve might get took out. Kali acting like an enemy. I don't fucking know. Will Byers might get took out. Will Byers. Oh yeah, that too. We found out that Will Byers was creating the tunnels in the hive mind the whole time. He ain't even know.
Man, I feel like
that shit was crazy.
Yeah, I get it. Like all the stuff that that happened in this these last 3 episodes was good, but some of the shit that me and B was talking about, I felt like that shit was even better, man. Like, cause we had a whole bunch of things we was thinking about and shit. Like, man, what if this happened and that happened? And then to get that, it's still good. It's still good shit. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. But it wasn't what we was thinking. I feel like the shit that we was talking about would have been even better though. But
yeah, Adam said we just have to wait to see how the finale plays out. I'm with you, Adam, but one thing I will say,
they don't got enough time.
Yeah, that's what look, y'all. I am knee deep in social media right now with Stranger Things. It's 2 hours left.
Too long, man.
It's 2 hours left. But one thing I will say, like I'm split down the middle. I hate saying it because I just like understand writing, bro, but the only reason I'm being a little harder is because it's the finale. That's the only reason I'm giving them, it's kind of, I got to be a little harder on them, is because after this, it ain't no more Stranger Things. So if you was supposed to kill some people off, this is the time to do it. This is the time to create them emotional bangs. But I'm not going to lie, I'm going to still, like, basically what Adam is saying is what I'm saying, is I'm going to let them tell their story. But we got 2 hours. We got a feature-length film coming from them on New Year's Eve. We got 2 hours. I'm going to let them tell their story. I'm not saying anybody has to die, but I'm just saying if somebody does die, they have to pick somebody that almost like, I ain't even gonna say this because I feel like Eddie Munson, the only reason people was hurt off of him was because of his story. He didn't graduate. He was like Dustin's big brother, and he was on a run, and he wanted to go out like a hero. So the
fact that he connected to Dustin, that's the
main. That you know what I'm saying. So that's why his shit hurt it. I feel like they gotta raise the stakes a little more with this death. Like it gotta be like in my opinion, it has to be like a Steve. Monica said she won't be surprised if Hopper get took out. I ain't gonna lie.
Remember I said Hopper, that's better.
Hopper's
one of the biggest deaths.
Yeah, Hopper or like
you can survive death so many. I said that in my video when I put on y'all check out my channel. I said that like, man, if Hopper like get unalived after he just survived twice,
you go. I'm gonna tell y'all this. I want y'all to know this. So I'm gonna go see Stranger Things in theaters, right? But people at home too, it's gonna hit the same everywhere. I'm gonna tell you why it's gonna hit the same everywhere, because the way episode 7 ended off with them just driving their truck into the gate and then the lightning kick up, that's telling that was them. Because you gotta think, one thing I like about not volume 2, just Stranger Things season 5, it's all gas, no brakes. Think about season 4, season 3, season 2. You had time to go to the mall, Max and 11. You had time to go to Scoops Ahoy. It ain't none of that shit in this. It's straight pedal to the metal, bro. Straight episode. Do. The fucking episode. The first episode for volume 2 was fucking wheel on the ground. Like it was picking up from when the Sorcerer episode, the Shark Jock. It picks up right from there left off. So I'm gonna tell you, they understand they don't got no time, bro. So I'm gonna tell you, bro. That Right Side Up episode being the final one, that shit go kick up immediately. Watch. People go, they got to.
They gotta wrap up. I feel like they would have had less shit they had to wrap up if they weren't like spending like too much time with the long certain shit.
They trying they bet. You gotta think what they trying to do is it's like I'm torn because they're trying to the word I'm looking for. They're just trying to take on the unanswered questions while they have a chance, being like, okay, Jonathan and Nancy, the love triangle going on. So that scene when Nancy and Jonathan was on that table and it was melting, that was them approaching that. Yeah, that's the perfect way to say it. Approaching that, like, okay, we about to approach the Jancy shit and Steve and all that. Now, the Byler shit with Mike and Will, they approached that with him coming out. And then with 8 and 11, because everybody had questions, why is 8 here? They approached that. Now, and then you got characters like Holly Wheeler, who is the bridge. She's like literally she's the thread through all the episodes where she's bringing everything together. If you think about it, like the moment we got the episode, The Vanishing of Holly Wheeler, she brought everybody together. Because think about it, it was a domino effect. The moment she got took to the upside down, that brought Max back. Now Holly's stuck, so that's going to bring Mike and Will together to go get her. So it's giving them a reason to go back to the upside down. So in reality, Holly Wheeler, she the heart of the show. Yeah. It ain't even nobody else for real. It's her. Everybody surrounding this little girl. So
she get and that'll be dark if they doing all that for her. She the heart. She the one that you took on her heartstrings, and then Holly get taken out. That's gonna be that. So a death like Holly, bro, that'll have like the real actors crying like you said they was in reading that script. That's crazy. That'd be crazy if Holly get on the line.
I'm not gonna lie. Only person I think I don't know, like I said, anybody like seriously, I don't know. Anybody can't get took out. Only person I think that's for sure goner though in my heart, I feel it is 11. It's because it ain't even about what they're saying in the episodes. Like I said, more people could get took out, but it's what they're doing to this character. Y'all gotta think 11 has never been sidelined. She's the star. They sidelined the fuck. Remember, I told y'all that before we even got season 5 on our TVs. Remember, I said you gotta watch how they moving these characters around, like how they moving them. If you want to know if somebody's about to die, watch how they moving them around. And I've been eyeballing 11. They've been sidelining the fuck out of her. Think about it, Terry. When we've been watching these episodes, you'll get 11 for a little bit. Like it's almost like they trying to like get us unattached from her. Like not unattached, but it's them prepping us for her death, bro. Like, I don't know how to explain it, bro.
I'll tell you what the problem is, and that's my problem with it. Man, you had 4 other seasons to wrap some of this. Bro, I'm going to say it. You had 4 other seasons to wrap some of this stupid shit up. Nancy and them should have been wrapped up in season 3 or 4. Like, bitch, you don't know who you want? God damn. Why take you into season 5? We could have had that for other shit. And now you fucking up my favorite character, Kylie, because you got to talk about this stupid shit with Nancy and them, bro. Bro, how long do it take for this woman to find out who she want, bro? I feel like it's like they write and all this long dialogue and shit when they could have been like they could have had time for other shit like Hamilton. She could have been in the shit more. You know what I mean? Like, bro, now we only got 2 hours into something to get the last little shit out the way.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I think we definitely want to end off like Terry said. I think when we end off, it's gonna be a lot of things that's still unanswered, but it's gonna be micro shit. I think what's gonna happen. I think now is ball game. Like it's
talking the kid shit.
I ain't gonna lie. 2 hours is a long time though. I think that's feature length. I will say 2 hours is a long ass time.
Think about it, B. It ain't a long time if we get Nancy and Jonathan talking again, and then if fucking when Max find Holly, that's another 30 minutes. I
think Mike explained to us what's gonna happen in the finale. Remember, he was talking to 11, and 11 was telling him, like, remember they was talking when she was by her tank, and he told her, he said, "This is our story." She was like, "This is not our story." No, she said, "This is not one of your campaigns, Mike. We can't write this ending." And he said, "You're wrong. This is our story. Me, you, Dustin." He named the core. He ain't say nothing about Nancy and him. He named Will, Dustin, Lucas, Mike, and L. And I think he said Max, we said this is our story. We wrote this, so we go end it. I think when him saying that, it's basically saying forget everybody else. Next episode, I think that's how literally how it's gonna play out. Everybody gonna be separate. Watch this. Remember I said it. I think everybody gonna go their separate ways. Like I think you gonna have a group, for example, like probably like a Hopper, Robin. You gonna have Hopper probably in there. No. You gonna have like Hopper and 11. But the course, remember I told y'all, somehow I'm sticking to my theory. Somehow, some way, the core kids is gonna come to the center point. Going back to season 1 when they played Dungeons and Dragons, I'm not saying they're gonna be playing a game the whole time, but they go use a tactic where Dungeons and Dragons, because they already been tiptoeing on it. Remember when Mike had made that whole plan? They had the whole Dungeons and Dragons. They had the little pieces to the game on the table, and then
said something about Dungeons and Dragons, and then Hopper said, "Oh Lord."
Yeah, see, and then remember, Holly Heroic. Remember when they jumped her? We ain't even talk about that. When the kids jumped her and they pulled her necklace. Remember that the piece, Holly Heroic, it fell on the floor. I'm telling you, bro. So remember Lucas said that too when they was going through the tunnels. He said, "Oh, so you're basically like Will the Wise. Will the Wise is from Dungeons and Dragons, bro." Holly the Heroic is a Dungeons and I'm telling you, bro, what they go do is they go push Nancy and them ain't gonna matter, bro. It's gonna come back to that table where they gotta stick together. That's why they made sure to have Will prepared to have his where he could tap in the Vecna. They got Max back. Think about it. Look, they got Max back. They got and Max not even a part of the core kids, if you want to be honest. I'm talking when L had the bald head with the yellow shirt. They go back to them days, watch. And it's going to be them who close the curtain. It ain't going to be Joyce. They might help them from the sideline, but the players on the field, it's going to be who Mike said. Mike, Lucas, Dustin, Will, and 11. Them the ones. And she going to die. I think 11's going to die, bro.
So, bro, when it come to Erica, remember that season when they went to get Erica to help in the Hellfire Club? Because playing basketball. You think that was just that episode was just a way to get her more like endeared to like the fans, like damn Erica, she know how to, or is she gonna be more like do you think there's some type of sign? Because remember I always bring that up, like she was the one that eventually like defeated Vecna because Eddie he was Vecna in a Dungeons and Dragons game, and she was. I
think it's to showcase her knowledge. Like I think I think what they did with the Erica character is for her knowledge to be showcased, where. So when something does hit the fan, we know her attributes. We know what Erica's known for. You see what I'm saying? Like, okay, for example, last night when we was watching, she was working with Mr. Clark. So we know that she got brains, and she got attitude, like how she helped him in the Turnbow house. Remember, she said, eat your pie or whatever. So we know what she about. Remember in season 4, she kicked dude in the private, the jock. So we know what she about. So Erica, she's like the secret weapon. Like, I ain't saying they go use her, but she comes through though. Like when they need her, if they, you know what I'm saying, she go always excel at what she do. But I do think, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I think next episode, somehow, some way, it's gonna end up with them kids. Yeah. They gonna be against the story. They go have their backs against the wall. There ain't gonna be no Joyce or none of that. It's gonna be the kids, bro. That's how it's gonna end,
bro. And I'm gonna tell y'all now, if you think about the core kids. The one that seemed like he bulletproof, don't be surprised if the most bulletproof out of the kids be the one to get unalive, because that'll be a big surprise. Because nobody think Mike getting taken out. Don't be surprised if it be Mike. He the hardest.
Yeah, a lot of,
and everybody don't know. Every time I see a list of somebody saying who the Mike get unalive, Mike always in the safe category. So don't be surprised if it hit a twist and it be Mike that get taken out.
Or Dustin.
Well, Dustin already said Dustin name. He fucked it up. Remember?
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it. It's 11, bro. It's 11. It goes back to the moment they found.
They gotta take a core kid out, man. If they take out 11, but they don't take out no core.
11 kid. Is the core. She the core kid. She
a core before 11 came. They gotta take out one of the 4, man. If they don't,
they ain't gonna, they ain't gonna kill them. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
They ain't gonna kill 11 4.
Nah, they ain't gonna kill. They'll take out the hero before one of them, because you got to think 11. It's a heartbreaker because her story, if you think about it, 11, her story is so dark. Like, she was in the lab getting tortured. Like, then she ended up being homeless, damn near. She living in the fucking basement with a yellow shirt. she having to lie about her name because she's a subject to this lab. Then she ends up getting older. She gets bullied by the Angela. Then she's lying to Mike. It's her life is so shitty. So I think the Duffers probably figured like this is their hero, right? How? Because if I'm writing Stranger Things, right? If I'm at the writer's table and I'm gonna put myself in Ross or Matt Duffer.
You ain't killing nobody because you love all of them. You ain't killing nobody.
No, I'm not gonna lie. If I really had to though, like, and this is the finale. Now, Terry, right? Like, if it was like season 6, and if I know that this is the end, I understand that everything's on the table. So if I'm gonna pull, if I'm on a battlefield, I'm like, okay, let's go create some emotion. Let's go create some nervousness. Somebody sitting at the edge of their seat. I'm gonna remove 11 from the situation because think about it, Terry. 11 always comes and saves their ass every time. And Monica was the one who told me that. She told me this in season 3. I'm gonna tell you exactly what Monty told me. Remember that big ass creature came through the ceiling and 11 had ripped it apart and her leg was fucked up. Monty was like, I don't know what they'll do without 11. Like if they ain't have 11, they're cooked. They it's over.
And then 11 ain't the strongest motherfucker in the world. That's why they had to get other motherfuckers with her. Like they had to give Will or somebody powers.
So I think what's gonna happen is 11's gonna get took out, and they go wave the trophy in the air with Will. Will go be the one. Cause that's why he's getting everything off his chest. People thinking that 11's gonna be the one to end it all. No, she started it. Will has to close the book on his, because it's his story at the end of the day. Think about it. He gonna be the one to close the book. Like, bro, he go tap in the Vecna somehow, some way. That's Will go play. He gonna have a killing blow. It's gonna be Will Byers. 11's gonna be the one that get took out, bro. She gonna be the one that's like, damn.
Let's get this on record, Adam. I got a question for B because we all know he's good. We know he's good at writing. I got a question for you. If the Duffer Brothers came to you and you was part of helping to write the script and they said, B, we need you to kill 2 of the core 4 off. Pick your 2. But whatever you do, pick your 2. You ain't got to tell us how you want them unalive. Which 2 you picking to get unalive out of the core 4 kids?
I would have had Lucas get took out saving Max.
Okay.
And I would have had Will get took out.
Okay.
No. Yeah, I would have had Will get took out.
You know what that is, Adam? B's 2 favorite, Mike and Dustin safe.
No, it makes sense. It just makes sense. The reason I say this because Dustin lost Eddie, so he already done for. Mike losing Will, his best friend, that's gonna hurt him more than him getting took out. Because he hasn't been a good friend to him for real.
That's true.
So let's go make him deal with regret, and you closing the chapter you closing the book on a chapter like that, like damn, we lost Will. Like it hurt, bro. I feel like everybody else is kind of like, and Luke is dying, saving Max. You gotta think Max didn't even get to spend time with him for real. She's been in a coma, so it's like damn. I woke up. He saved his life. He saved my life. He sacrificed his life for me.
They said you had to kill a third one off. Would it be Mike or Dust?
Man, that's too many because they ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna lie. I will take out Dustin. I will let Mike stand tall because if you think about it, Mike was the heart. Literally, bro, they ain't saying that for nothing, bro. Mike, he the one that's always grabbing that walkie. Like he the one that's always like me. Dustin does it too, but think about it. He the one that always grabs that walkie-talkie. He's the one that always is like, come in. Like he on the bike. He the head coach of their group. So him losing what's around him and him just, you know what I'm saying? It's just one of them stories. I ain't saying that's gonna happen, but I'm saying like I'm just entertaining what you said. But in reality, I think what's gonna happen is I think 11's gonna get took out, and I think that we gonna get one more person took out with 11, and it might be somebody like if 11 gets took out, Hopper's not getting took out. If 11 gets took out, I think it's gonna be somebody that's a part of the group with Steve, Robin, and Jonathan and Nancy. It's gonna be an older adult. And I think that I even said this, Mr. Clark.
3 deaths out of all of them. It's probably going to be about 3 deaths. Is what you thinking?
Probably 3. And I told Monica this, bro. I can see them getting dark like that too. But I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna entertain. I mean, I say entertain. I'm gonna say something with Adam Super Chat real quick. Why this? Because glitching because I got a cool idea. Adam said I do miss the days of 20 episode seasons, 8 episodes to tight up all story. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, they needed more episodes. I feel like Stranger Things, I don't know if they feel like they overstayed their welcome, but I'm gonna tell you, Duffer Brothers, y'all didn't. Y'all this could have been just getting started, especially now that y'all just introduced that twist with the kids. Yeah. Man, y'all could have kept this shit going, but that's just me. But Mr. Clark, the reason I said that he could get took out, remember how Murray and Erica came knocking on the door and he's like, hey, we need your help. As soon as I love Mr. Clark, bro, but as soon as they started messing with him and bringing him on board last night, I'm like, bro, he's giving Alexi and Bob Newby vibes. Like he's that character that you can kill off and it could be like, oh, damn, Mr. Clark, what the fuck, man? And it could hurt you, but you ain't gonna know it's gonna hurt you until he die. It ain't gonna hurt you. It ain't gonna hurt you till you understand that this is the teacher that was in the AV club teaching them how to be nerds. And you know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna hurt you until you understand. He ain't had to come out that house and help them. Like I could see him dying because you remember when Hopper, they was on the corner of the wall and he was like, I could help y'all glitch out the cameras. I got some stuff back at the school. And Hopper was like, hey man, we got a quicker way. No need for that. And 11 breaks the camera. And he was like, what the hell? Cause you gotta think he ain't know that the telekinetic shit was going on. And then remember, they about to go to the upside down and Mr. Clark is going with them and he sees the gate. So he kind of like, man, what the hell? He was like, I guess we're going in. I will not be surprised he get took out. Yeah. On some Bob Newby shit, bro.
I got a question, B. Like, if you, cause you always in the Stranger Things community, you know what be going on. Out of all the characters in the, I'm about to say the game, in the show, what's the top 5 characters you think that if they got unalived, get like the most tears out of people? Like motherfuckers would be like boo-hoo crying if you had to pick 5 of them.
Dustin 11, Max
definitely.
Steve,
and Mike.
Nah, I ain't gonna say Mike. I'm gonna say Robin.
Robin. Man, bro, the way they push.
I thought Robin was gonna die last night when she was talking to Vicky, and she was like, See, that's what I'm saying, man. I wish I could talk to Matt and Ross Duffer and be like, look, I know, like I'm a rookie writer, but I'm advanced on the writing side. I know what y'all doing. I don't know what to call it, but I'm up here with y'all. Cause I know when you sit here and you writing some shit, it's like one big, if you really love writing, it's like you playing one big game in your head. Like you overriding your thoughts. That's all writing is. You overriding your thoughts to make a good story. That's what they is doing, Matt and Ross and Sean Levy and all them. Because when you think about it, bro, like Robin, okay, remember she was hiding with Locust and Max and Vicky. And remember Vicky was like, we didn't get to go on that date. I'm like, oh my fucking God. Like, remember they was selling that date thing through the Volume 1 shit. And I'm like, man, when it's little shit like that I catch on to. So she was like, we ain't get to go on that date. And Robin was like talking to her. I'm like, oh shit, one of them about to die. I thought it was gonna be Vicky or Robin. Cause I'm like, well, damn, bro, somebody about to sacrifice themselves. I thought somebody was gonna be like, hey, come and get me. I'm over here. And it was gonna be like a Bob Newby, them and dogs bite them up. It didn't happen, right? Plot armor. But also somebody else that has that is Mike and L, where he said after this situation, we go move. We leave in Hawkins. So somebody, you see what I'm saying? They fucking with us. They play toying with us. They know what they're doing, bro.
They toying with you with Dustin and Steve. Then they toying with you with bro. Don't forget Hopper and Joyce ain't had a day.
Yeah. Yep. It's a lot. It's a lot going on. That's why I said people can't say this was a bad season how is it a bad season and they got you like to the roof in emotions, bruh? Yeah. Only reason people are mad because nobody didn't die. Like what Adam said, I'm on the train with Adam. Let it play out. We got one more. Now, look, start getting upset when it's like 5 minutes left in the last episode. That's when you get upset. But they got 2 hours and they just pulled that motherfucker truck in the gate and they shut that motherfucker door. So you know how it is. This the one right here. So
bro, one thing I don't want in this last episode, because nigga, you supposed to be strong now. man, I don't want no more crime, bro. All this crying and being all down with yourself and all this shit, bro. You supposed to be the bruh wiping your nose and all this with the blood. We don't want to see no more crying.
I ain't gonna lie. I think this right here, this one right here, they ain't got no choice, bro. If you think about it though,
I'm the reason they think this.
Like, nah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. Will been putting BTA on the power side on my life. He been putting, because you gotta think he emotion. Like you gotta think though, Terry. Like you gotta put yourself in the character's shoes. Like he been dealing with this shit since he was a baby. So he probably like, man, like you heard what he said. Like, bruh, he didn't even know. Basically, Vecna, like in a way, he took advantage of him, bruh. That's what he was basically saying. Like, bro, I didn't know I dug them holes. And then remember what Will said? Like, he basically said, like, I feel like I'm responsible for Eddie's death. I'm responsible for everybody who died because I started this shit. So you gotta think he mentally upstairs. He feels so fucked. But what I'm gonna say is, I will say, he cries afterwards and shit. But when that shit kick up, when he get in that mode, and he did say, he said, Vecna was having trouble with Will when he was turning his head and shit. And remember, he was like, and they showed Henry Krill. He was like, get out. He was like, get out my mind. He wasn't going. Will wasn't going. He was holding it down, but then he was like, get out. He had to keep saying it over and over. But I will say, Will was holding that shit down by himself. He turned his head. He broke the leg. I think him and Vecna one-on-one is a fair fight. But I don't know how that will work because that ain't his powers. Right. That ain't gonna work. And
Vecna basically told him, like, hey, you got powers now. You tapping into my shit, but motherfucker, I'm still stronger than you. I'm still him.
I ain't gonna lie though. He told you heard what Will said though. He said he told Joyce this is a different Vecna. Yeah. Like he said he went in my mind.
I'll tell you something else I like, bro. What the Duffers did, they're like, man, we don't give a fuck what y'all talking about trying to create all this controversy. They still hit the motherfucker what's name was going out.
Wait, what?
It's crazy. On the horse stand, I was going to the kids' mouths and shit. The Dumber brothers saying, fuck y'all, we still gonna be showing that shit off.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if we see that moment, y'all know it can happen, but if we see that moment where 11 step in, she stepped to the battlefield, and we see Vecna step to the battlefield, just know it's game over. They not finna keep letting her win against him. And it's a reason why we'll keep praising how strong Vecna is. Remember, he told Max when they was at WSUK, he said, this is a different Vecna. He said, like, usually when I'm in, and 11 said it too. Remember, 11 said it too. Like she said, this is different. Usually I can see where Will is. When she did the piggyback, Vecna's so strong, they couldn't even find Will. Remember, he was laying on the couch in WSQK. He's so strong now. Usually 11 could find him. She couldn't find. She did at a point, but it was taking her a longer time to find him. And remember, Will told her, like, bro, he's so strong. He holds something against me. Where he said that he gonna show to y'all that basically he coming out the closet and he got a crush on Mike. And that's why he came out and said it, because he was like, bro, like if he tell y'all this, it's gonna ruin me. Like he showed me the future. Like it's gonna mess my life up forever. Like, so I ain't gonna lie, bro. Vecna strong, bro. And this one, it ain't like he just that one Vecna that's picking you up and moving you. This one, hits all of mine. He dude is, I don't even know how to explain it. Like he just in their mind. So he's playing a smart game. It ain't about strength and muscles with him. He in your mind, Vecna messing with your brain. Like you don't know what the fuck going on. Like he can make, you gotta think, he could make Will kill one of his friends. That's how strong he is. He can make somebody like he could look. Vecna so fucked up the whole time. He could have been Kali, bro.
Yeah,
that's how strong he is now, bro.
That's the craziest thing too. Like when they showed that part where young Henry had hit the dude with the brick or whatever and stuff. Like okay, I understand it's like a traumatic like memory, but bro, y'all gotta give us more than that, man. I think that was the way of them trying to show us, like, oh, this is why Vecna like that. But, bruh, he's so evil, man. It got to be more than just that, bruh. Don't tell me keep his fucking memory, bro. We need more than that.
That suitcase, I heard rumors. I got to go back and look at the episode because I couldn't see it. But they said that episode with the suitcase, it had them particles in it. them black particles that come out the mouth. Remember when the Demogorgon that was laying down, the particles that went up the radio tower. Somebody got to go back and look. They said it was in that suitcase. Them particles was in that suitcase. And remember when when Henry Creel hit him with the bricks, I think he took I can't remember. That part was a blur, but I'm telling you, bro, what's gonna happen is it's gonna get crazy now because they know the layout now, bro. They know what they work on. At first, you had to think, bro, they was blind. They didn't know shit. They didn't know nothing. They know like this right here. They know like when we go to the Upside Down, after the Upside Down, it's another place we can go to called the Abyss, bro. So now that they know that, I'm not gonna lie, Vecna. And remember, I've been telling y'all that Max was gonna be the one. She was going because technically, Max was the only reason they know what the hell going on. Low. I mean, her and Dustin, but Max really put them on game. Like I know where Holly at. I know how Henry Creel is operating. I know how to get her. Remember she told 11, if you need help, I know how to get around in his memories.
That teacher, and that's the thing. That's why
there's some shit going on.
That's the thing I like about these shows basically selling with teamwork. Because without the teacher, they wouldn't have got together. Got the balloons and all that shit. And Erica and them. I'm like, bro, man, you need a team. Motherfucker can't do everything by themselves.
Exactly.
Motherfucker like Vecna, you need more than 2 motherfuckers, boy.
Yup. I ain't gonna lie. I think that whatchamacallit gonna get took out though.
Bro, you think the reason they treating Callie like that because the Duffer Brothers know people don't fuck with her character, so that's their way to try to get you emotionally involved. Like, all right, we gonna make her even more insufferable. Like, make her doing shit like this to make motherfuckers say like, I hate this motherfucker.
I think with Callie, she's like her character.
Wait, Duffer Brothers writing her character. You know what I mean?
I think it's good intent. It's good intent, but I feel like they character it's strategic writing what they doing with Callie's character because they making her real devious the way she's saying shit. Like she's like, you can't do that, right? And it's kind of giving like, damn, are you working with them? But that's just the trickery of it, where it's like you start to hate this character, but then they might do some shit in the end where she sacrificed herself, like for L. Then you go love her, like damn.
Come through in the clutch for her.
Yeah, or come through in a clutch. So basically, like I said, we gotta wait till how it play out. But right now, I'm not fucking with what's going on with her in 11. I'm gonna keep it a whole 100, bro. That's my opinion. I can feel how I feel. I feel like I'm gonna keep it 100, bro. That's some dumb shit. Like trying to make herself that man. It's like they do that. 11 character was pointless. Like what they fought for was for no reason.
It did. Now that's one thing I will say.
It's like that shit dumb.
Out of all the actors, man, Hopper one of the best actors in the show.
David Harbour, yeah.
Man, I don't never feel like Hopper. Y'all know what's crazy? A lot of these characters, when I'm watching them, you can kind of tell it's acting, but with Hopper, you can't tell it's acting for real. You feel what Hopper's saying. You know what I mean? Like he always it always seemed like he that character. He ain't just the regular. He ain't just the actor. You know what I mean? You see Hopper, you see him.
Something else gonna happen too. I know I wasn't the only one who peeped this, y'all. So you remember that bomb that Hopper had that he had strapped to him? Yeah. He had a bomb, and remember, in one of the scenes in season volume 2, it's the bomb is laying there, and I forget. I think it was a lever. Somebody said something like, "We need something," and Hopper looks down at that bomb, and it shows a shot. I know I wasn't tripping, and it shows a shot of him looking at that bomb. That's called foreshadowing, bro. Yeah. I'm telling you, I think something might happen with that bomb. I'm not saying it might happen with Hopper, but that might be that bomb might be something that can make a big impact on the finale. Either way, the way I predict the finale, everybody in chat, I want to ask y'all this: who's going to see it in the theaters? I legit just want to know, like, who's going to see this shit in the theaters? But I think what's going to happen is we see this Bradley's truck goes through the gate downtown Hawkins, and remember the military guy who was on a walkie. He hits the other military guy like, "Come on, bro, we going to Hawkins. We going inside, upside down. Like we going in there. I don't care no more." Because remember he had that back and forth with Dr. K, and she told him like, "I need that girl," and she told and he's like, "All right," basically. So now the military is down there with them. It's not just the core kids in the group. It's the military, the core kids, the group, Demogorgons, Vecna. You see what I'm saying? Like, so it's a lot of shit about to go on.
I hope they give Linda Hamilton her moment where she come to reality of what's going on and she helped them, man. Like, come on, y'all gotta. Because in reality, she one of the world's superheroes, man.
Sarah Connor. You gotta think. It only take like 3 seconds for somebody to die, and it take like 2 minutes for them to wrap that up. So y'all gotta think in 2 hours, and max 5 minutes for somebody to get to like a big character like 11, they die, they get their emotional speech, and they move on.
And that's like 30 minutes. Max.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I think the one thing I'm gonna say is I think when people get took out, it's gonna be like 5 minute max. Like if it's like big, because they gotta move. And it ain't like they have to move. Because I'm gonna tell you, I know how filming work. 2 hours is a long ass time. You gotta think. Terrifier 2 was 2 hours. Look how fucking long that was.
I'm gonna be mad if they have like filler in it. You ain't got time for no filler for the last.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be mad if they leave out the upside down. Like I feel like I think that's why they did it that way though. Like I loved how they shot that too. Like remember we see them ride through the truck and they shut the back of the truck, and then once they ride through the gate, the lightning kicks up, and then they just like they riding off into like the darkness, basically saying like somebody ain't coming back, boy. Like the way they shot it, it's like this is it. I'm telling you, the way they shot that van, that truck going through there. And you gotta think that truck ain't just anybody; it's the whole cast of the main group of kids. Like you gotta think it's everybody. Even in season 4, it was just like you gotta think. That's why it feels like a finale. You gotta think. It was Steve, Nancy, Dustin. They got their little group. No, this is different. They all in the back of the fucking truck together, bruh. Everybody went. Think about it, y'all. It ain't just the kids. You got fucking Mr. Clark back there with a walkie-talkie. You got Max, like Vicky. That's how you know everything is on the table, bro. That's how you know everything is on the table, bro.
Say this now, y'all. Mark my words. I'll be surprised if either Mike, Hopper, Joyce, or Dustin don't die. If one of them 4 don't die, I'll be surprised. Because you gotta get the most, bro. But you know what it is, B? It's me it's the Game of Thrones. Because remember, every time I talk about that show, I always let people know, like, don't take none of my words for it, because I'm so used to watching a show like Game of Thrones, they just unalive anybody. If y'all know Game of Thrones, they unalive a motherfucker like that. The motherfucker been from season 1, and then in season 8, they just chop their head off type shit. But
like I said, y'all, this is my favorite show of all time, man. They always, come out and I'm satisfied. This is the first time I am scared. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm nervous as fuck. You already said. I mean, I'm not saying I'm scared, because I'm always scared watching Stranger Things, especially after that shit in season 4. Fucking 11. I mean, Max almost dying. What I mean by I'm a different type of scared. I'm scared that this shit, like, it's too much going on. You already said, bro. As much as I love Stranger Things, I'm sick of this. 11, Max, and Will need to get bodied. I ain't gonna lie. The plot don't work like that, bro. You can't. I feel like you can't just unalive.
Character's dead. That's what.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not gonna lie though. That to me, you can have at least one get took out, but all of them is stupid. You might as well go to what's this shit called? Game of Thrones. What? You gotta think.
Game of Thrones. That's what we want.
You gotta think. What story do you get out of everybody getting took out?
It's the emotional, bro. Man,
bro, emotional don't make stories, bro.
I mean, I come from like the Haunted Hill House and shit, so I just.
But good thing they ain't kill everybody in Haunted Hill House. They ain't kill everybody.
Never know.
No, I'm saying in Haunted Hill House they didn't kill everybody, and it still was good. But imagine if they did just say, "Hey,
they might have did." You don't know.
Nah, they ain't kill everybody in Haunted Hill House.
Telling you, go back.
Nah, that was just I know they got the little ghost theory, but I ain't gonna lie. I think, at least one could die, but you gotta think they gotta still feed both ends of the side. They have to feed the walk off into the sunset side. That's how we got that dumbass Halloween ends, because people felt that Michael had to. Why does he have? That's why I said people got to just understand how writing is. And when you write your story, you have to understand, like, you got to put yourself knee deep in your story. So you got to understand, like, okay, if I kill everybody, I'm just saying if everybody dies, it's going to be like, what? after, you gotta think this is a story that came out in 2016. This is some shit that been built brick by brick by brick by brick. This ain't a movie. This is a show. So if you get to the finish line and you wipe everybody out, it's gonna be like, man, what the fuck was the point? Now I understand taking out a main character or somebody that had a real big part, because it's gonna give you both ends. Emotional, like fuck, distress, and then you gonna also get that sunset moment from the group of kids. Like I feel like you have to have somebody be able to take the, you know what I'm saying? Gotta take the gang back home. Somebody has to do that, because Stranger Things is just that type of show, bro. Like Welcome to Derry, you gotta think Welcome to Derry. You can't. That's why I was telling people you can't even compare them two shows, bro. Welcome to Derry, this show is built off characters, bro. Some of these characters has been here since 2016. Welcome to Derry, you ain't seeing Ronnie no more. You ain't seeing Lily no more. You ain't seeing fucking Rich. That's why they killed Rich off. Might as well take his ass out. We ain't gonna see him in season 2, because season 2 going back and
it's over. It's the last season.
But you don't understand what I'm saying. You gotta think Stranger Things is built brick by brick. Welcome to Derry is not built brick by brick.
It's only the first season. And
you feel me?
They shit.
Yeah, it's not built brick by brick. Welcome to Derry is an anthology, bro. I came to the realization that Welcome to Derry is like Tales from the Hood. Welcome to Derry is like Creep Show. Welcome to Derry is like American Horror Story, bro. You will be silly to get invested in characters in Welcome to Derry. Like people already fainted, we got to bring Dick Halloran back, but they really don't. They can bring him back for fan service, but they don't got to bring Dick Halloran back. His story is over. That motherfucker on to the Overlook Hotel. And even, you got to think, and that's why I said people got to stop praising Welcome to Derry so quickly, because people are so invested in, I love Welcome to Derry. It's like my second favorite show now. Like I love it. But I'm saying, what I mean by that is, they still got to nail season 2 where they're going to the Bradley Gang massacre, where they're going back in time. You got to think Stranger Things move forward. Welcome to Derry moves backwards. So you got to think, what's his name? Fucking Hatchet Hank. Ronnie's dad, he ain't know shit about no Pennywise. Leroy Hanlon, he ain't know shit about no Pennywise. Dick Halloran, he ain't know shit about no Pennywise. So you go back to Welcome to Derry and try to show us these characters where it's like, what's the point of showing them? Like, they ain't know shit about Pennywise, so everything you make, you go try to twist some words and shit up and make it seem like, yeah, I saw that clown the whole time. But go back to season 1, where Dick Halloran was like, who are you? Or the fuck I'm saying, or Pennywise said, who are you? That was their first time meeting, so you can't even compare them shows. Yeah. Fucking Welcome to Derry is an anthology. Stranger Things is built brick by brick, where the character arcs are... you know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like a mob player in 2K, where you build your player up to 100. You take all these years to build your player up to be the best player in 2K, and then at the end, you just delete the character. That's why
your girl come and delete that shit.
Yeah, it's like, that's why it's so hard for them to kill characters off of Stranger Things, is because they done built these characters up to be so epic that they can't just knock people off the board. If they do decide to knock a character off the board, you got to sit back and be like, okay, is this character go bring some shit together if I take them out? Does it make sense to even, because you got to think, Stranger Things is so deep in, you can't just kill a character off, bro. You got to make sure it makes sense. Because you got to think, what if you kill a character off like Dustin, where once you, say if they would have killed Dustin off in season 4, for example, right? Like, all right, fuck it, take Dustin out, emotional attachment. Get the emotional attachment, we on season 5. Then they get to that point where Steve is in the lab with Jonathan and Nancy, and the fucking shit, the force field or the matter of energy right there, they ain't got nobody to figure that shit out. So it's like, bro, who the fuck can figure this out? Then you sitting in a silly motherfucker like Jonathan up there, I don't know nothing about no techie shit, and he like, then you go, wish you would have kept Dustin. You see what I'm saying? You got to make sure, that's the tricky thing about writing, bro. Like, look at the shit Halloween is in now. Y'all done killed Michael Myers off. Y'all don't even understand this motherfucker is the Frankenstein of horror. Y'all done killed Tom off. Now y'all don't even got no way to bring him back. Even you can't even rewrite him for real no more. It's tired. It's tired now. Like, you can't bring him back in no different timelines or nothing. It's like you got to lay to rest. That's why you can't just kill characters, bro.
I just hope we don't get all the way to this feast. Then when we get to these final 2 hours, all we lose is like the teacher, fucking Murray and who another and then Linda.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? If we lose like Linda Hamilton, Murray, and the teacher, it's gonna be like, bro, that's it. Like,
I do understand what Terry's saying. I do think only, like I told y'all earlier, only reason I think a main character should die is because y'all are saying this is the end. Y'all said it, not us. They did say it's season 5, it's the finale. But if y'all know it's cementedly this is the end, you might as well go out with a bang. That's how I feel as a writer. Like, you might as well get that needle drop moment like Eddie Munson, them tears going, and then you got that comeback moment where now you got, say if 11 dies, Mike, he has that energy. Now I got to do it for 11. We got to kill this motherfucker for 11. And then that makes the fuel get like, damn, almost how like in Welcome to Derry where Rich, see how when he died, it was like he came back and helped his friends and he flipped the bird at Pennywise. That was a smart death because in the end, he got that closure from that character. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, that felt good. So I feel like if you go kill a character off, make sure it bleeds into something else where it's like, it's going to elevate your plot. So like I said, I feel like 11 dying will elevate the plot. It's going to give the core kids every right to go crazy in the end for 11. They going to have to win this shit for 11.
They basically gonna say fuck the Eddie fans. When we're gonna see Eddie, I ain't gonna show Eddie at all. I ain't looking like.
I'm not gonna lie. A lot of one thing I learned about Stranger Things fans, like I said, I'm a diehard Stranger Things fan. They got the craziest fucking theories, man. They be talking about fucking vampires and shit, bro. Like
what?
I ain't gonna lie. Only thing I told y'all this. Only way I think Eddie could come back and he's still gonna be dead is if you know how they had like they show like Chrissy hooked up in the what the fuck was that? The Hive, not the Hive, man. I think it was Dimension X. They show like her hooked up to the vines, like her dead body. If they show Eddie like that, like, oh, that's Eddie. Or how they show Barb at a point. But if it's something where he's rocking with the guitar, I'm back. I got electricity in my guitar. Man, I'm like, come on, bro. That shit's stupid, bro. Like that's why I ain't gonna lie, bro. Fan service will get you. That's why you gotta learn how to listen to the fans. Man, as a writer, you gotta learn how to listen to the fans, be locked in with them, and understand. Because the fans could teach you stuff about your story. Like, you know what I'm saying? They can't help you, but you got to learn how to write your own story and tune that shit out. Because that shit will have you on a writer's table fucking 11. See fucking snowboarding on a fucking electric guitar, Eddie Munson, a pilot. Because they want to see Eddie back that, but I'm sorry, bro, dude. Like, me and Monica just watched the behind the scenes video of Jamie Campbell Burr. And the question was, do y'all think Eddie Munson is alive? Man, they tired of that shit. Millie Bobby Brown and Jamie Campbell, they like, man, he fucking dead, bro. Jamie Campbell Burr, like, I'm tired. I'm sorry to tell y'all, he gone, bro. Like, damn, y'all keep asking this fucking question, bro. Like, he gone. Give it up, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. When people like Eddie is unalive, at the end of the day, you come to the realization that is just a show. It feels like you're because you're going through it. But if, let's say, for instance, everybody at the end of the day died on the show, you're going to have people that's complaining and stuff, but at the end of the day, it's still going to be just a show, y'all. And
Eddie is one of them characters that, see what I'm saying? Like, a certain death has to elevate a character or elevate the plot in a way. Eddie's death elevated, indeed, Dustin Henderson. When he died, it made Dustin, at first it hurted him where he was walking around picking fights with bullies, but as we seen in that scene with him and Steve, it helped Eddie. I mean, Eddie helped Dustin show his feelings towards Steve as a friend. Because you remember, Steve was his friend before. And you remember Steve basically trying to tell Dustin, like, I was kind of jealous. I missed my friend. And with Dustin, with Eddie dying, it gives Steve more reason to protect Dustin. And remember, Dustin, remember at the in the episode, one of the episodes in Volume 2, Steve pulls a pistol out. He's loaded, finna get ready to go to war. And Nancy's like, you got a pistol? Like, no, you don't operate guns. And Dustin's like, I got something better. And that was such a good scene. He shows him the spears that him and Eddie had with the blades on. He's like, these work better than guns. And it was just a good moment, like a passing of the torch moment where it's like, damn, bro, like, Steve, you got a lot of weight on your shoulders now. Like, you gotta be on your P's and Q's, bro. Dustin really, he put in trust in you, bro. Like, he really think you his protector, bro.
Yeah.
So
I get why they do that, but then I've been thinking that, but thinking in the other way too, like thinking of reality, like, man, you going against Vecna, man. Come on, bro.
I ain't gonna lie though.
Lock and loaded, bro. So
Hey, that boy Will, Will, he fucked Vecna up, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Vecna was he was on the floor crying.
what I'm saying.
I ain't gonna lie.
If you're using powers on Vecna, I understand, Dustin, you got the little cute little sword or whatever, but bruh, Vecna putting shit through motherfuckers' eyes and shit.
The thing with Vecna is you ain't gonna be able to defeat him with brutal force. Like, you ain't gonna be able to defeat him that way. He too strong. You might be able to move him and throw him and shit, but you just have to simply shut the upside down. Like what Dustin said, just shut that down. The Demogorgon's gone, all that shit gone. So if I'm the core kids, I'm not trying to fight him hands up. That's like fighting a gorilla as a human. Like, you go get your ass handed to you. You focus on the shit that's important. Close this fucking this bridge down so the abyss can collapse and we can go home. Because why you go keep trying to? That's how you go end up like Eddie Munson. Like Eddie Munson, I'm not gonna lie, he died in a stupid way. I love him to death, but bro, you went up against hella Demobats on a bike, on a mongoose bike, bro, you not about to win that, bro. Like, only person, you know what I'm saying? Only person that's gonna stick with like Vecna, if it ain't 11, Kali, or fucking Will, move out the way, bro. Y'all wasting y'all time, bro. He's gonna wipe the floor with y'all, bro.
I'm saying, when it come to Dustin and Steve, yeah, y'all got y'all little mini swords or whatever.
Yeah, y'all gotta do some
shit on the demi dog or something. You walk up with that shit, he gonna say, ugh.
I think that's what they trying to show. Like, bro, it ain't just a battle with Vecna. The battle ain't even with Vecna, but the battle is with, I think it's gonna be just them with the upside down and everything that comes with the upside down. I to be honest, the Mind Flayer too. They ain't speak on the Mind Flayer. That's another thing. They ain't touch on the Mind Flayer, but buddy, I just think it's a bigger villain than Vecna, bro.
Yeah, I always said that because that dragon shit was a foreshadow. It got to be something with the.
Yeah, I think it's a bigger villain.
Y'all got, bro. They got a lot. They got to fucking wrap up, man.
Taco said
filler in these episodes.
I think there's so much they have to touch on for one episode. I'm scared they won't. That's how I feel. I do feel that way. When I just told you I was scared, I do feel like it's a lot to cover. And only thing I could kind of speculate on and predict is that they go skip over some things that they feel don't need to be. Because you don't gotta. I will say this as a writer, you don't have to approach every little thing. Some shit could be left unheard. Like little shit, like, all right, y'all put because that makes the story fun. Where it's like, it's the end, y'all can speculate, y'all in that story. Because once a person writes something or a film or a book, once you give it to the audience, it's no longer yours, unfortunately. It's theirs now. So do what you please with that. So I feel like some shit, because sometimes if you start like, it's like Michael Myers, for example, where Laurie was like, the more he kills, the more he transcends, you can't defeat him with brute force. If she would have never said that, I'm not gonna lie, Halloween Ends would have made sense. That little increment of some shit she said kind of made us think that Michael was not human. So some shit is better left unsaid and you just let it play out on screen, or you speculate or theory or something. Like, always, not tell Terry this, you always got to leave that you got to always leave that door open. You got to always leave that door open for some speculation, bro. Because if you got everything to the point, it's gonna be boring after like a year. It's gonna be like, man, that shit was over with. It's over. It's done. Even though this is the finale, you still want to leave a little bit of speculation, bro. You don't want to wrap everything up, like, because you gotta think. Terry said, if you wrap every single thing up, bro, you ain't gonna have time for the shit that matter, like Vecna and 11 and Will. Forget the love triangle shit. Like, that shit cool. Like, just leave that over there. That shit y'all can speculate. Maybe they did get married. Maybe they didn't get married. Who fucking knows? Yeah. Cover the shit that matter, bro. Cover the heart of the story, bro.
Yeah, because we don't want no shit at the end where he's showing the motherfuckers marriage and all that shit, man. We don't want no time for none of that shit, man. It's the last episode, bro. We don't.
Yeah, they gotta cover what matters.
Because, bro, if they spend like 15 minutes showing motherfuckers getting married at the end and all that shit, bro.
Yeah, nah.
We need all that shit in the upside down, bro.
You got to think of this too, though. 2 hours in the upside down. It's with the whole cast.
Yeah,
it's crazy. That's crazy. Somebody go. I'm gonna tell you the truth. If you think about it, that's bumper to bumper. That's no space to move. You got to think. They got Mr. Clark in there. They got Mr. Clark in the upside down. Somebody who's never dealt with none of that shit. Hold up, y'all.
Y'all, I got a bad feeling that y'all know what's. I got a bad feeling We gonna wrap shit up, and in the last 30 minutes of the episode, it's gonna be a bunch of emotional shit, with motherfuckers talking and how, because you know at the end of shows and shit should be wrapping up like they showing Nancy and them moving in together and shit like that and all that. I just hope it don't be 30 minutes of that, man. I feel like 10 minutes of showing all that shit at the end, even them graduating and all that shit. Okay, show that shit in the last 10 minutes. But with the rest of the episode, we need the unalives and all that shit and the story wrapped up and all that. We don't want all this love dialogue shit and all that shit, man. Y'all should have got that shit out in the last 7 episodes. And then with Kali and 8, we got to see like they powers to the fullest potential. Do y'all think we seen their powers? Do y'all think we hit the ceiling with their powers, or do y'all think they can hit like a higher level or some shit? Hopefully, we ain't seen like the highest level that 8 can hit, man. Y'all know me. I like them superhero movies and shit like that, Superman and all that shit. And I just feel like a character like that, you got to show her powers at the highest peak, man. We need some Avengers type shit. Because if y'all think about it, Vecna doing shit like that, he putting fucking fingers through people's eyes and all that shit. Man, we need that shit from our characters too, man. Nah, Luigi, we ain't killing Kali. Nah, bro, we ain't going there. Nah, we not killing Kali. That's some thing. Yeah, Quad, they is playing things to say. Yeah, Jason, Spider-Man and shit like that. When y'all watch them superhero movies and shit like that, y'all gotta think. When this show go off, we want to be crying and shit. We done lost certain characters. You gotta think, if Kali died, ain't nobody gonna be crying. Bro, that's not a good death. We need some deaths like Hopper and them where people gonna be crying. Because at the end of the day, y'all, Hopper not dead in real life. It's just a show. You want some shit where you be talking about at the end of the day, like for years on, like, damn, y'all remember Stranger Things season 5 where Hopper died? Even Will, like, we gonna be sad if Will died, but man, a lot of motherfuckers ain't gonna care for real. Let's be real, man. Of course, if they make it sad enough, but the way the actor be so cringy, they might not even make it. When Will died, the way his dialogue and stuff is, oh, I could have saved and this and that. You probably ain't gonna feel for it as much because he done fucking cried the whole season anyway. I think since we are not afraid no more, he about to show the. Yeah, he might show out too much to the point where Will get took out though. Luigi, I think Steve gonna survive because they putting it too much. They playing with it too much out there, like the Duffer Brothers and all that. They putting it out there too much that Steve is gonna be unalive. I think Steve gonna survive, man. Yeah, Luigi, I think Steve survives. I don't know about Jonathan. Because you got to kill some people off, man. Jonathan might be one of the ones that's gone. I think it's going to be Mike, Joyce, Robin, Dustin, or Hopper. You got to get one of them because them the ones that's going to make people cry, man. Or Erica, y'all. Can y'all imagine if Erica get on alive? Man, motherfuckers going to be crying. Oh, everybody can bet Vecna. Y'all, what if Vecna, even though we know it ain't going to happen, what if Vecna survives? That'd be crazy. Nah, Kylan, we ain't killing off Nancy. Don't even put that in the air. You know what? You get up out of here, Kylan, because you just said some bullshit. We not killing off Nancy. Nancy's the snack of the show, bro. We not killing off Nancy. We need snacks in the show in case the show come back.
Oh, my God. All right. I don't.
Hey, no, not Erica. Don't do Erica, bro. That'd be.
Adam said, "Welcome, and there is flat out horror. Stranger Things is more Steven Spielberg, so it will have a happier ending." Yeah, that's exactly what it is, Adam. My mind's so cloudy because I've been just covering content all night, y'all. I don't understand. I stayed up to 5 o'clock in the morning doing these videos, and by the way, y'all, go check these out. Very good videos because I'm pretty sure it's stuff that I'm leaving out because. The reason I like doing my shit right away, everybody got their own funk to how they do their videos. I like doing my shit like something with certain videos right away because my knowledge is hot. Like I know it off bat. So last night I did Stranger Things like hot. Like so everything is more like in detail. I can remember it more. Like right now, y'all don't understand. I stayed up to 5 o'clock on Christmas, bro. Just doing videos, bro. I wasn't gonna do this stream, but I had to knock it out because I ain't gonna have time to do it this weekend. I got a lot of stuff I gotta take care of. So Yeah, man. For the most part, like what Adam said, true. It's more of Steven Spielberg, so it ain't gonna have that dark ending like a Halloween or Penny or not. It's more of a '80s happy, like it has that vibe to it. Like it's real. Like it ain't horror. You gotta think a lot of people get caught up in the Vecna character and think this is horror. It ain't horror. It's more sci-fi. Like it ain't got no. It ain't Freddy Krueger. Like, I mean, they did show Freddy Krueger in this shit last night, but you know what I'm saying? It really isn't him. Like, it's more of a, it's not for real though. Stranger Things is not horror. It just sometimes it steps inbounds and it steps out of bounds with horror. Like inbounds, I want to do horror this time. Nope, I don't. Nope, I want to go this time. Nope, I want to go Full House. Nope, I want to go retro, Back to the Future. Nope, I want. So it plays it's a jack of all trades. But when it comes down to the finale, it's not gonna end like a horror show, bro. It's gonna end like a family-ish war. Like I heard Terry say through the headphones, Avengers Endgame. I could see some of that being there, like where it's like people like battle scars and shit, but it ain't gonna end. I promise you, it ain't gonna end how y'all probably think it's gonna end, like dead bodies laying everywhere, and it ain't gonna be no shit like that. It's gonna be, I'm telling you.
In a way, and if it don't end like that, that's gonna protect B's heart because he's gonna be hard with L dead, but he's gonna like, at least I still got Dustin and all them.
I want to see. I'm gonna be honest. I want to see an end how it started. I want to see the friendships come back together, and I want to see them walk off into the sunset. Like, not for real, because I'm not gonna lie. I'm a person that I've been watching this since 2016, and what made me watch it was not Vecna. What made me watch this show was them kids, bro. I'm gonna keep it 100. It was the kids and the element of what the fuck is chasing them around this little ass town, and it was these demogorgons, this alien shit, and it felt so good, like these kids with these potty mouths, and you hearing Lucas talk shit, the wheel across the table. They no older than 10 years old, and they out on bikes on their own missions and shit. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? That's what made me love Stranger Things, and it was this essence of is Hawkins doing some sneaky shit? Is it the lab? You got to think it. Stranger Things done had so many different like arcs where they had the arc with Papa trying to get to 11. They had the White Hawkins van. Then they had the Demogorgons. Then they had the Mind Flayer. Then they got Vecna. So what drew me in is how I wanted to end. Like, and I love Vecna. I loved how they showed he was there the whole time. But for me, I wanted to end the way it started for real, where they went through the storm, and they definitely beat the storm. And in the end, they lost some friends in this shit. You know what I'm saying? They lost some loved ones in this shit, but when the sun came up, they walk off into the shit and the story over. That's how Stranger Things needs to end. It should not end on no shit like how a show like Game of Thrones or Welcome and Dare, because they're not the same show. It'd be stupid for them to end like that because it's not the same caliber of that show. Like, them shows are filmed to kill people. Like, in Stranger Things, what Adam said is true, is not horror. People like to say it's horror because of Vecna, but Vecna not even scary. Like Vecna, like Darth Vader, when you think about it, he's not even scary, bro. He Voldemort. That's like y'all saying Harry Potter is horror. Harry Potter ain't horror. The fucking death, what's that called? The damn, I forget the name of it. Death Eaters. That's the scariest shit you will see in Harry Potter. Like yeah.
Elements.
Yeah, Stranger Things is more of like a Back to the, it's like what I'm thinking Stranger Things, I think of like Back to the Future mixed with like Star Wars, mixed with like a Sandlot Goonies type of thing with some nightmare. Only horror element, it's only 2 movies I see from horror that's in Stranger Things, and it takes little beats from it here and there. It's it and Nightmare on Elm Street. It's because of the kids, bro. And Vecna is the only reason it feels like Nightmare on Elm Street, and that's because the Duffers said that that's their favorite horror movie, though. So, of course, if it's your favorite, like, for example, with Willie is horror. So I'm reversing what the Duffers are doing. So Willie is horror. So the horror that's incorporated in it, it does have more of a darker vibe, like Black Phone, Long Legs, Ed, that type of shit. It has those beats, but when it comes to non-horror, Stranger Things, it does have like a Goonies vibe to it, like, you know what I'm saying, like a Lost Boy. It got like a lot of shit to it. Like, you gotta know how to, because you gotta know how to put a lot of stuff in the pot and mix it, and it comes out to be your vision. Like, I think that's what Stranger Things is doing. Oh, Harry Potter. Harry Potter is a part of Stranger Things.
That's like saying it's a superhero show when it just got like superhero elements in it, like powers.
Yeah, it's like okay, like what's that one show? It's called oh yeah, E.T. Catwalk Lady. Yup, E.T.'s in there too. Yup, E.T. What's that other show? It's a show that's Stranger Things. I forget the name of it.
His heart gonna be broke when Mike dies.
Nah,
Mike is out.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, if Mike died, he died, but I'm just being honest, bro. Like, I understand because Terry has an image in his head where he wants it to end the way he thinks it should end because that's the way he feels. But I'm not even talking about how I feel. I'm talking about what I've seen with the Duffers and from square one with this show. It ain't, I'm telling you, it ain't gonna end like that. You might get like a couple deaths just to feed that funky for people that want to see people die, but it ain't gonna be no dark shit. Like I think it will get to that point where it's tears, jerking and people are crying, and it's like, oh my god, because people was crying last night. But I don't think it's gonna be no dark shit how people think it's gonna be, where a neck gets snapped and it's like Michael Myers
to get you invested in the show. The finale. Do you think they oversold it, like the tears and shit on purpose to get you invested, or you think it's actually gonna be some shit?
Nah, Stranger Things it's the tears you go get is the same ones you got in every Stranger Things season. Like when Hopper was about to die and Joyce pulled the thing, you go get them type of tears. When Max was in the air, you go get them like, why is this happening? Tears. Why is this happening? It ain't gonna be like. You gotta think you don't cry during a horror movie. If you really think about it, you really don't cry during horror movies. You only cry during like thrillers, love movies, dramas, and some action movies, depending on if the hero dies. That's why I'm saying only way somebody go cry on the finale is if like 11 dies or like a big character. And I'm not saying Stranger Things shouldn't do that. I think they should. Like I just keep saying, but I think that it's not gonna end like where they walking back with two people, bro. I'm sorry to tell y'all selling. Yeah, a lot of people selling themselves that, and that's why people building that hate up towards Volume 5 because they wanted to. Y'all need to stop looking at Welcome to Derry and looking at Stranger Things, bro. Welcome to Derry is what Adams. It's like it's horror. Pennywise it's when you look at Welcome to Derry, it says horror. And the Pennywise is a horror villain, and that show is a fucking anthology, bro. It's not like. It'd be different now. I will say it'll be on different time. And if it was like a show that they filmed, like say if Welcome to Derry was taking place after chapter 2 or some shit, you know what I'm saying? And then they killed Richie. Oh my god, Rich. I was like, oh my god. They opened up with that Capitol Theater shit. I'm like, oh my god. But the fact that I knew that they was filming backwards, it ain't hurt as much because it was like you might as well take them out because you got to think they got to tell one story in 8 episodes. Stranger Things had 5 seasons to tell one story. Welcome to Derry got to tell one story in 8 episodes. So you got to take some people out real quick. You got to explain some lore, do all this for the finale. See what I'm saying? And then, Welcome to Derry, this finale was the black spot. Everything led up to that moment with the burning of the black spot. Season 2 is going to be everything leading up to that moment with the Bradley Gang massacre. Season 3 is going to be everything leading up to that Iron Kitchen Works and on Easter with the kids. So it's just a one big anthology, bro. Stranger Things ain't like that. The whole season led up to this reveal with Will and Henry Creel and what happened on the back end.
I know when it comes to Stranger Things, bro. I don't know because I seen it when people was talking about that, but I always was under an impression that we weren't gonna start getting no unalives to like the final episode. That's how I was always thinking.
But the thing is, Stranger Things never been their body anyways. Like if you think about it, the people that got unalive was like soldiers and lab workers and shit. It's never been like Bob Newby, but he wasn't a main character unless you looked at him that way. And then you had like Barb died in the pool.
I guess it's the way they sold it. Be like people so invested because the way the Duffer said like everybody on the table. That's what got people so hyped. Like, damn.
Yeah. I think that's probably what it is. But I don't think too many. I mean, like I said, we don't know yet. We got 1 episode, so we just speculating at this point. Maybe they could get real bold and they wipe like 4 people out. But that's dumb as hell, bro. If it's 4 people, like if it's like okay, like somebody like Mike or like okay, I'm gonna do reality. Like this a realistic pick. Like if they unalive somebody, like okay, we unalive 11. And then we unalive either Steve or like Robin, and then we unalive like Mr. Clark and then we unalive like Linda Hamilton. That's Stranger Things. That's literally, in my opinion, that's how Stranger Things roll. Like for their finale, I picture some shit like that. 11 gets took out from the core kids. Mr. Clark gets took out because he shouldn't have been there. He wrong place or wrong time. And then Dr. K gets took out and get her comeuppance because she was trying to fuck over 11 and, you know, get her and transfuse the blood. And then maybe like Henry Creel, like maybe Vecna gets took out through all this shit. And then we find that. But if you take Vecna out, you got to victimize him before you take him out. Like, they got to play with you like that. Like, whole time, he was a villain, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's ways around that shit.
But don't they got to disconnect Will before they kill Vecna?
Yeah, but they got the plan. They got the plan. They know how to do it. That's what I said. He fucked low-key. Vecna cooked. He got to be on his P. He got to send all his little minions towards them. He got to put all the demon dogs in front. It got to be a war. Like, it got to be on some Avenger Endgame shit because they got the blueprint. They know how to take him out now.
Let's keep it real, y'all. If this was real life, they cooked. That plan ain't working in real life, bro. Bro, the shit they gotta do, they gotta get up there. Man, they gotta
go lie. I think
that's what a mind flare is.
That's when somebody gonna die. I'm telling you. When Steve said that shit about the beanstalk and the abyss and the bridge connecting like this right here, you gotta think they gonna be in the middle of this shit. They go be in the middle trying to reach this top plate with a fucking radio tire. Somebody, I'm telling you, and then Steve talking about, 11, that's your time to make your killing blow. Bro, Vecna not finna play with y'all, bro. And that's why I say that because when Will Byers was trying to do that little sneaky shit and do this and all that, and then Vecna peep game, he's like, okay, get out. Like, cause he almost took Max out.
Yeah.
He almost took Max out, bro.
Bro, you know what else was a crazy ass scene? When Holly came to, and then she looked up and Vecna was hanging up on a fucking bro. That was crazy.
Yeah, he was in the hive mind.
Then that motherfucker came down, started walking, chasing her.
Wolfbite said, agreed. Too many people think multiple deaths need to happen. These kids, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's that art. It's like that's their body. Like, that's their whole mojo. Like, you gotta think, bro, they done been through everything. Like, I feel like only person that sounds right to die is 11, but only because she's the hero. That's the only reason. But other than that, bro, them kids, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I don't think they need to be touched.
Yeah, but I feel what you're saying, but you still gotta be in reality though, bro. The shit that they gotta do.
But if you think about it, the shit that they gotta do though, they got a squad that's smart. You got the distraction being Nancy with the pistols. She go fire them up. We just seen her firing at Dr. K. You got the brains being Dustin. You got the person that's the sidekick to Dustin that can help is Steve. You got the muscle being Hopper, and you got the heart being Mike. You got the hero with the telekinetic powers, the captain of the team. You got 11. Then you got her sister Kali if she ain't on those snake stuff. Then you got like Will Byers with his they got a squad for real, bro. Vecna is by himself, and I'm not gonna lie. At first, I thought Vecna was unstoppable until Will did that shit. Vecna can't do nothing. That motherfucker turned his head around. The fact that he did that.
But don't Will got to be in certain situations where he can even tap in though?
He got to be close to the hive mind. So you got to think he about to be dumb close to the hive mind. That's why they going up there. So all they got to do is look. It's really game over for real. Like, I mean, I think somebody gonna die behind it, but. I'm not gonna lie. If Will could get his hands on Vecna the same way, only for like 10 seconds, and 11 got free game, it's over. Cause you gotta think it's like that. It's equivalent to holding him down. Now, only thing that could get creepy and crazy is if Vecna, they trying to take Vecna out, and then the mind flare comes. That's when shit like, yeah, I don't know how this about to play out. But if it's just Vecna for real, I think somebody will get took out in the making of taking them out. But it ain't that hard because if it wasn't Max is what helped them. When Max told them, like, I know how to get around with him now. And that's what helped them.
And then you gotta think, bro, if it was real life, you got the demi dogs,
But it ain't. It ain't real life. Damn dogs don't exist. You can't do that.
Shit they gotta deal with.
Damn dogs don't exist, bro. We only got like K9s and shit, bro, in real life. So that's fake. You got to think of it as like if we talk a show, you can't compare reality to a show. Right. If we talking a show, that's how it play out in the show. That's like saying to Harry Potter, I'm about to go get a wand and bring it to a gunfight. Good luck. The black magic don't work in the real life, bro. You ain't finna be no fucking Harry Potter. I'm got an AK-47, bro. Like. And Stranger Things, they operate off of telekinetic powers and shit, so that's how it's gonna go, bro. And I'm gonna be honest, they got him beat. They got him beat mentally right now. They got the game because you gotta think Vecna has had the upper hand the whole volume 1 and 2. He had the whole. He done had fucking Holly Wheeler in the Creel House. He done had Max for 2 years. He almost fucking took out Will. He done put him up in the fucking hive mind and said, "You gonna be my spy." He done had the upper hand the whole time, bro. Now. They got the upper hand. The moment Mike laid that map out on the table, you know, every time they lay that motherfucking map out, that's game time. When they lay that map out and everybody got the army shit on, it was like, all right, we got the plan. Let's get it.
Bro.
They got the upper hand right now.
Bro, I was just asking the chat too. Do you think that Max, not Max, but do you think that 11 and reached her Max?
Hell nah.
Yeah, we gotta see that.
And I ain't gonna lie.
Let Callie at least represent her powers a little bit, man. Callie,
she did. I ain't gonna lie, Callie, she came through. Remember, they went in the room and they was like, "Damn, the fuck." She escaped the whole time. She put herself up there. She in a car with fucking Hopper and L.
Yeah,
that was clutch.
It was clutch. I'm just we need a little bit more from.
I ain't gonna lie though. She showed him again. She used her shit for the wrong shit though. That's what it is. That's why I don't like her. She showed, but that's how she is though. She even you got to think of it like this, Terry. She even did it in season 2. She was robbing banks and shit. She was never like 11, bruh. So that's why I'm saying you got to understand how the characters, like how who just said that wolf bite. That's never been a body. That's always been Callie's body to do her powers for dumb shit. Like she used her fucking. Her telekinetic powers to get into 11's conscience and talk to her about some dumb shit, talking about, you know, you're gonna have to die, right? Like, come on, let's get the fuck up out of here, bro. Just move. Like that's how I feel about her. When I see her on the screen, just move. Like you irritated, just move.
Redemption. I think she gonna come through in the clutch with a search situation with her powers.
Man, she's
help people out because now they haven't got her in there for nothing. Using her, like you say, using her shit for dumb shit.
I think she gonna be a body bag. I'm gonna tell you. I think she moving silly, bro. Like that's why 11 looked at her when she said that. She was like, "Yeah, you know, you got to stay back or whatever." And 11 looked like, bro, what? Like basically, you know, 11. She kind of don't talk for real, but she looked like, bro, what is you talking about? Like you tripping? Like. Think I'm gonna leave my friends and shit for you?
The way they got Callie in this, y'all, was basically like if you had Wolverine in this motherfucker, but he working in the fucking mall. It's like, bro, why the fuck you got Wolverine in this bitch then?
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you why I know Callie ain't gonna have no more moments. I'm gonna tell you why, because she already had her moment when she had that gun. That was her moment. I'm sorry to tell y'all, when she had that moment, because that was her little moment when she escaped the lab or whatever, and she jumped on the back of the military dude. That was her little highlight.
So you think they got her coming through just a term? Like
she trying to manipulate L, bro. That's why they keep showing that. She's trying to. That's why Hopper said that. He told Joyce, he said, I don't know about her, bro. And you heard what Hopper said. If it come down to it, I'm gonna take her out. Like I don't give a fuck because
sacrifice himself.
She trying to manipulate L. They got this whole game plan. You keep trying to manipulate them, bro. You got to think. Well, Hopper said it's true. How long you knew L? Like, but she did know her long, but you wasn't through the worst with her though, like Hopper and them. So he's like basically saying like, bro, who is you? Like, how you gonna tell her what? That's how I feel. Like, it's like, bro, how you gonna try to manipulate somebody? You was hooked up the cords and shit. You don't even know what's been going on, bro. Like that, she trying to come in. That's why Hopper told Joyce, like, bro, she need to chill, bro. Because if I had to, she'll be gone. Powers or not, like that's how I feel. Because it's like. You 11, they got this whole game plan, Terry, that's been working. It's really been doing 30, did 37 crawls, bro. They finally got that shit kicked up, right? She come here telling 11, you gotta self-destruct. Man, that don't even make sense, bro. Like, shut up.
That's the thing. Hopper will have to do it on some sneaky shit because L ain't gonna just like L obviously love both.
Man, I think you know what she might do.
Fucking shoot her or some shit. Like what? Like that's I guess that's what we're gonna do because he don't got no powers. None here. What do you do? Shoot her ass or some shit?
Real quick before we wrap up, what horror movie is that? It'll forget what it was. I think it was it Resurrection? I bet you. Look, Callie will get took out like Laurie Strode in Resurrection. Remember Resurrection kissed Michael on the mask and he stabbed on a roof and shit and he pushed her. That's how it's gonna be. Where it ain't gonna be literally like that, but. The fact that she calling Henry Creel her brother, I bet she gonna think she could talk to him. Like, come on, Henry, we share the same blood. It's okay. We come from the same lab. Remember Papa? He gonna slap the shit out of her like, bro, move, bro. And she gonna die. Just because she's so... What Adam says, she's so misguided. Like, she thinks she know what the hell's going on. And she gonna try to, I'm sorry, Henry. You're my brother. You're my brother. I'm so sorry. We come together as one. Go slap her ass, bro. And that's what Eleven tried to tell her. Like, we can't move like that, bro. He dangerous, bro. Like, you think these motherfuckers just want to talk it out?
I was saying that, like, we need a Vecna to get like a quick kill off of that. Would be a way.
It's gonna be her, bro. He gonna get her up out of there, bro. Like, gone. And it's gonna be
like, not Robert. He could have did Joyce like that when he smacked her ass. Remember?
I'm telling you, he gonna do Collie bad, bro. Just because it's one of them. Matter of fact, you know who Collie is? Dr. Sartain. Yep. Exactly. She gonna be like Dr. Sartain from Halloween 2018, where what did he say? Did he say anything? And then Michael wake up and you get took out by the monster. That's how Collie go be. Get close to the monster, try to talk shit out, and then that's a death out of here. Watch, I bet you she don't make it.
I know what
she's not gonna make it, bro.
I know what these last 2 hours we better have hella action. We don't want no fucking 30 minutes at the end with graduation, weddings, and all this goofy shit. We want more action.
I will say
10 minutes with some shit, then it'll be cool. But
we go get that scene.
Shit.
We're going to get that scene. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you. I'm sorry, bro. To tell you,
ass up, cause bro, we deserve this. Motherfucker been waiting for 5 seasons. Y'all got to give us the right shit, man.
They go do that scene, bro, because you gotta think if this the end, they gotta get that closure where people go their separate ways. Cause you can't just end it and they in an upside down limping. You have to end it where it's like we did it. Like, cause that's how it all started. You gotta think you can't. I'll be mad if they ended like that, where it's just all right, bodies everywhere, close the curtain. They'd be like, man, what the fuck, bro? Y'all could have kept that. I want to see the closure, cause that's what a movie is about. Like, especially a finale. Like, if it's a story as big as strength, you gotta do closure, bro. And like what Terry said, it's true though. You don't need 30 minutes for no closure though. You could do closure in like 10 minutes. Like everybody, like similar to how they had the opening with them eating the food at the table in season 5. Y'all could do that real quick and have them talk like we did it, y'all. Da, da, da. Or you know what I'm saying? You could have the kids. You know what I think it's gonna be? It's gonna be them graduating. Watch.
Kids graduating.
It's gonna be the kids graduating. That's what it's gonna be.
Shit, no weddings and shit.
That's what it's going to be, bro. I'm telling you. And that's going to be super meaningful because they started in Hawkins High School. It's going to be in that school where they go graduate and it's all go tell. As we go see a folded up Captain Gown on a chair with a picture of one of the friends that didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to come down to that moment. I think the final scene is going to be graduation.
Yeah, and another thing we don't need another scene like how Holly was with Max. Long ass talking scene when she was supposed to run through the fucking thing. Y'all had all the episodes to do that. We don't want to see no more of that shit. We don't want to see no more Nancy and shit talking to what's name and shit for fucking 20 minutes about their love and shit and the unmarriage or whatever that shit was, bro. We don't want none of that shit, man. We need the action, good closure. That's what we need. Tie as much up as y'all can.
All I'm gonna say is, because I'm about to have to get ready to head out too. Adam say I gotta go. This is a great stream, and I can't wait for the finale. I hope y'all had a great Christmas. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to everybody. I hope, well, not Merry, it's already gone, but I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. Seriously, bro. Spend time with y'all family, man, for real, bro. For sure. Stranger Things is definitely a good gift, in my opinion. But I will say this real quick before we wrap up. Remember, I told y'all we gotta soak this shit in, bro. Next week is the finale for Stranger Things, bro. So all the speculation and all that, that's cool. That's just us speculating, being fans and debating. That's so cool. But the reality comes next week. Even not my theory, Terry theory, y'all theory, the reality comes next week. The 2-hour plays out. If you see it in the theaters, if you see it at home, that's going to be probably the scariest episode I ever watched in the history of TV shows. Like, no boy. Like, the moment that intro go hit, so different. Like it's go on a good note, y'all. That intro go hit so different. Take that shit in, soak it in, bro. Because when they kick up, my best way to compare it is going to a funeral, bro. Like that feeling when you don't want to go on the doors, but you gotta go on the doors. I'm telling you, bro, that shit finna be so scary, bro. Because every minute matters. It's like a Super Bowl game. Every minute matters. Every second matters. Every play matters. So, because once it comes out, you have to think like this, Terry. Once it comes out and plays out, it's history. You can't change history. You can't go back and edit a different cut of the show. It's out now. So that's how I look at it. Like, oh my God, the decision is made. The script is printed. The color grading is. So it's like, when we in them seats or when y'all at home or whatever, lock in, bro. This is something that's been going on for a decade. This is big, bro. This ain't just no movie in the theaters. This, if you like Stranger Things, obviously, if y'all here, y'all watching, y'all love it, soak it in. Let that experience be phenomenal, bro, because that's where the tears come in for me, was when I start to think about, like, damn, bro, like, we watch these kids grow up. So if they do get hurt, it's going to hurt. Fuck emotional. You go be depressed.
Yep.
You go be depressed, bro, in real life, bro. You heard what the Duffer said. Y'all gonna have a dark Christmas and an emotional New Year's Eve. I'm telling you, bro, it's something gonna happen. They ain't doing all this shit for nothing. Yeah, that's how people was with season 4.
Yeah, I hope they don't oversell it, man. We need, man. Because, bro, we done had the episode 4, then we done had the episode 4 of this season, and we done had the fucking, like our favorite episodes, bro. Y'all gotta at least try to live up to them episodes. I know they probably ain't gonna pass it, of course, but fucking classic episodes. But, bro, we've been waiting this long. Y'all know I always contribute everything to food. Don't be telling me about how good your macaroni and cheese is. And then 5 years later, I'll finally sit down and eat some of your motherfucking macaroni and cheese, and this shit ain't good. Bro, better give me my motherfucking macaroni and cheese, Stranger Things, on life. That's how I'm going to leave it.
Hold up, y'all. Man, I ain't gonna lie. Hold up to that. But yeah, seriously, enjoy it. I want everybody to enjoy it, man. I got a lot of people reaching out to me about Stranger Things. So many theories. My big answer to answer all them DMs and questions, man, is I'm excited and I can't wait. What I think is going to happen, I basically told y'all what could happen. It's my favorite show of all time. I'm going to be so damn scared. The moment I leave out the theaters from watching that, I'm going to give y'all a raw reaction walking out the theater. That's how much it's going to be like. I didn't even do that with Halloween. I'm going to hold my phone. I'm going to record y'all everything. Like, this is it. I'm gonna record. I'm gonna show y'all before I go in. If y'all follow me on TikTok, my TikTok family, I know I got a series that I started. Like, every time I do it, it goes like hella viral. Like, where I go in the theater and then I show y'all my reaction when I go out. So I'm gonna do it for Stranger Things. Obviously, this is my reaction before I go in. Then I come out. This is how I have. This is how I played out for me. Then I'm gonna give y'all a video breakdown. Obviously, my thoughts. We're gonna do one last stream for Stranger Things, one last welcome to Hawkins, and sad to say that's all she wrote, Coach. So so just enjoy it, have fun. I want to say thank you to everybody who loved watching the Stranger Things content, bro. It's been such a journey. Been covering this for 10 years, damn near 2016. I've been covering it for years, so this is the end of something crazy, bro. So it's very special. And I just hope everybody enjoy it, man. Enjoy it and have fun with it. And I can't wait. But thank you for coming on, Terry, bro. I appreciate you, bro. This was good shit. Yeah, this was good talk, man. Good Stranger Things talk, good speculation, theories. But with that being said, y'all, check out my review. Check out my Volume 2 Explained, and also check out my film, Willie Part 2. Check out the teaser for it, man. Check it out.
Look at that.
And, man, definitely. Check out Terry on everything. Terry, check me out at ILIKESCARY on every platform. Follow me on IG, TikTok, all that. And with that being said, I will see y'all in the next one. Over and out, guys. Peace.
Okay,
Keep the door open 3 inches.